Hey, Miss Bev. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I have another video for us. But before I actually play this video, I want to say that I won't be able to come on tomorrow because I have a road trip that I have to take tomorrow. So I won't be able to come on tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and go through this live today because I do have to get ready for my trip in the morning. So I'm gonna try to not pause it as much and just kind of like listen to the video because I noticed the last video I was doing, I was pausing it a lot and I was saying some stuff because I wasn't sure where I was going with it instead of just listening, and it made the video even longer. If y'all can remember, my lives used to be like 2 3 hours long. So with me doing a lot of pausing, it just make it even longer. And so I don't want to waste a lot of y'all time. I don't want to take up a lot of my time. So we're gonna try to get through this one today. And if I have to pause and talk about it, then of course we will. The only thing about this lab right here, let me tell y'all now, I probably should have done this one first before I did the other one because I kind of went backwards. But I was picking out the ones that was really, really deep. And those was the one that we did yesterday and the one we're gonna do today. I did a lot of labs that I felt like was really really enlightening. But these two right here just stood out to me the most. But I think I should have probably did this one first and then the other one I did yesterday, that one should have followed. Because this one right here, the reason why I said that, because this one right here, I knew something that I knew some but whatever happened to her, it was some, sexual assault or whatever happened to her. I had a feeling that it didn't happen in that room. I had a feeling that it happened somewhere else. Okay. So the one we did yesterday, I pretty much pieced together the other hotels. This one right here, I didn't. I don't think I had that revelation that it could have been other into the party. And I think I was painting a picture based off of the timelines and who was rolling in with who. Let me know if I'm staticking or breaking up or anything like that. Y'all drop me a 2 so I can make sure everything is good, okay, on my end. And I got these stupid headphones on. I don't like them. But anyway, let me know if if everything is like, if y'all not getting a clear sound, let me know. Okay, so this one right here is called Timelines and Painting a Picture. And it's actually part 2. And I look for part 1. I have no idea what part 1 is at. I have no idea what part 1 is at. So I don't even know if it's supposed to be called part 2. Because again, this one was made, and I think let me look. I think this one was made like in 2000 and let me see. I think this one was made. I don't know exactly when this was made. I think this was made like maybe 4 years ago. Okay, so yeah, it might have been made in 2020 or maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, I probably should have played this one first. We're gonna go ahead and dive right into it. But hey, I want to say hi, give a shout out to everybody. Hi, Jennifer, Terry, and y'all know I hate to go live around this time because I know a lot of other YouTubers go live in the evening. And I'm not trying to compete with no Tasha K or nobody else. You can't hear me? Okay, let me take these headphones off. Do I sound better? Do I sound better? And if my background get loud too, that's another reason why I don't like doing lives in the evening, because my kids be home, my husband be home, everybody be home, and be kind of loud in the background. And I don't have no just like secluded area where I can do videos. You know what I'm saying? So you might can hear some sounds and some noise and stuff in the background. But if so, just let me know and I'll try to mute up and tune everybody down, and then we can keep it moving. But anyway, I'm gonna go into it because this one is like a 2-hour lab. Like I said, I was doing labs that was like 2, 3, 4 hours long. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this one. Again, we're gonna go into like some timeline of events and kind of look at when everybody rolled around. And let me just say this ahead of time. If y'all come in and y'all have some type of discrepancy about what I'm doing, what I'm putting out, hey, that's fine. If your memory jogs, you can correct, and I'm off about something, hey, share it in the chat room. I'm not tripping. Share it in the chat room. I actually like to hear what y'all got to say, because this right here, y'all, this, it was a lot of stuff. If y'all can remember, it was a lot of information. So for me to even try to go back in my mind I can probably be off and be very confused, because it was a lot of information, a lot of stuff we was dealing with. But anyway, so we're going to do a blast from the past in honor of, in case y'all wasn't in my lab yesterday, in honor of Kanika Jenkins' birthday, which is tomorrow. And I said we're going to be doing labs and kind of doing like in honor of, celebrating the life of. But I won't be able to come on tomorrow because I have a road trip. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one today. And then I might come back and tap in with y'all maybe Monday is a holiday. So I don't know, maybe Tuesday, or we might just, end it today. Who knows? But yeah, I just want to say that, yes, and it was demonic. It was a lot of stuff. And then that's another thing too, for me, if you weren't able to see the spiritual side, if you wasn't able to see that it was demonic and see and know, if you weren't able to look at this case and see the devil's prints all in this case, then I can't really trust your judgment. I can't really trust the information that you put out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have some spiritual discernment when it comes to these type of cases, really, because this is not just an ordinary type of case. Like I showed you guys in the very beginning, and I even compared her case with a lot of other cases, and I stand firm on when I say the 369, and you can see it all over her case. So that right there, and you see the 666, that right, like whenever you see the devil's mark, that's what it is. Period. No matter what people say. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a pre-warning now. Turn your volume down, because these videos that I did, I was angry. I was very angry. I was angry about what happened to Kanika. I was angry about just doing the research and all the digging that I had to do, and just getting lost and getting drained. And I was just angry. I'm so much better than what I was then. I'm a lot calmer now. I got high blood pressure, so nobody is trying to get, have a stroke on YouTube, right? But I think at that time, I didn't mind. I didn't mind having a stroke. I didn't mind kicking somebody's butt. I didn't mind fighting whoever wanted to fight. I didn't mind. But so turn your volumes down, because when I kind of just like went through, I didn't go through this whole video, but I kind of like was scanning through it to see if this was the one I wanted to share today. And I'm telling y'all, I was really, really passionate about what I was putting out. That's all it was. It was just really passionate. Okay. And so you might want to turn it down so I won't be yelling all in your ear. Okay. Y'all know. I'm pretty sure y'all know. But anyway, let me go ahead and get this thing started. Now, if y'all can't hear the sound or anything, drop me a 2 so I can know that y'all can't hear it. But I'm going to go ahead and play it, and I'm going to be looking in the chat as well. And please share your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree. Just share your thoughts. All right. Let's go, y'all. And the reason why I'm gonna go ahead and start it now, I'm not gonna wait on anybody, is because I got to get off kind of early, and we already looking at 2 hours anyway. So I don't know if I'm gonna go through the whole video, but yeah. Popping. All right, so I have my little disclaimer up. Make sure they see that, and we can go ahead and get it started. Okay, timeline of events. We're going to focus on September the 9th, early morning, September the 9th, which is the 8th going into the 9th, okay? That's I guess you could say part 2, because remember before I did September the 9th evening, and I really corrected the time sorry, the timeline. It was on September the 9th that evening. So we're going to do September the 9th early morning. Okay. If at any time you guys can't hear me, just drop me a 2. Or if I'm echoing or anything, just drop me a 2. I'm looking at the chat room. Or if y'all need me to slow down, okay? All right, so it's starting with, what time did Kanika and her crew arrive? And we're going to lead, it's going to be leading up to 3:25 a.m., okay, which is the time that they said that they caught her walking from the lower level off the elevator. So we're going to go from the time she arrived leading up to 3:25, okay? And I'm only going to really be pausing it if I get some type of revelation as I'm listening. But so like I'm doing right now, if y'all ever notice any type of, well, we could say sacrifices. We're going to use the word. Any type of like sacrifices has been done, because that's exactly what she was, a sacrifice. Whether you want to look at it, I mean, you know, if all of these people, different, you know, gangs and the hotel, everybody that played a part in it, you know, they sacrifice this baby's life. But if you, and anytime it's something premeditated like that, and it's occultic, and anytime it's ritualistic, where it have to be numbers and things like that that fall in place, then you'll notice the same thing no matter who case it is. So if you guys notice, and it just hit me, that's why I wanted to pause it and say it. If you guys notice, not just with Kanika case, but go back into the cases that you feel like might be a sacrifice. Notice that a lot of these sacrifices happens like after 2:30. Okay, like even with our beloved Takeoff that just passed away. If you guys don't know who that is, go ahead and research for yourself. And I believe that Takeoff was actually murdered around 2:30, around 2:45 or something around that time. And just look at all the other cases. Just make this your homework if you want to kind of double check the things that I'm saying. Make this your homework. It always happened during what they call witching hours. Okay, whenever somebody is sacrificed, pay attention. It always happen after like 2:30 a.m., 2:30 a.m., 3:30 a.m., and it's always during witching hours, and it's always during the fall. Okay, because I think I told y'all that before, that most sacrifices take place during the fall, just like Kanika in September. And I think I pointed out before, Tupac was killed in September, or maybe around the same time. Our beloved Takeoff was killed in October. Most of the time, not even most of the time, all of the time, when it is a sacrifice, is normally done during the fall. It's normally done during a certain time, season, and a certain time. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, now let's go. All righty. All right, I'm gonna start off with a quick scripture, which is Luke 18. I'm gonna start, Luke 8:16. I'm trying to do each presentation off with a scripture, okay? And this scripture right here, it says, no one lights a lamp and hides it in a clay jar. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm kind of nervous. Or puts it under a bed. Instead, they put it on a stand so that those who come in can see the light. For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. Therefore, consider carefully how you listen. Whoever has will be given more. Whoever does not have, even what they think they have, will be taken away from them. Oh, okay. All right, you guys. So I'm going to let my light shine. That's right. So I'm going to let my light shine. And understand, you guys, there's nothing that's hidden that will not be revealed to us. Okay. And also understand, listen carefully. Consider how you listen. Although we might think we know so much when it comes to this case, consider how you listen, because even those that think they may know everything, it can be taken away from you. And I mean, you can wake up the next morning completely ignorant to the fact, not knowing anything, feel like you behind in knowledge and wisdom and understanding. So believe me, yes, it will be taken away from him. And he said it in his word. Okay, so let's try to pay attention. Let's try to carefully consider how we listen. Okay. But I'm asking you guys before I start this presentation, just completely wipe your minds. You know, even if you do know what I'm getting ready to show you, okay, fine. I guarantee you it's something in here, if you stick with me to the end, something that you did not see that the Lord himself made manifest. If you stick with me to the very end. Okay. All right. So let's move it forward. Let's move it along. All right. So according to this statement right here, we observed, I'm reading right here in the middle, all right, because we're looking right now the time Kanika Jenkins and her crew walked into the Crown Plaza. All right, so it say, we observed Jenkins through the rear entrance of the hotel at 1:13 on 9/9/17. Okay, 1:13. All right here is a statement from Ernisha. Ernisha came to the station volunteering to cooperate. Okay. So Ernisha says right here at the very bottom, the last paragraph, she showed up. She arrived at the party at 23:30 hours on the 8th of September, and Kanika showed up around 1 o'clock. Okay. So I know that we have 2 times for Kanika, but we're going to go with the 1:13. Okay. And I wanted to, like I said, I'm doing everything detailed so nobody will have no confusions, because believe it or not, I did have some people messaging me saying, why do you keep saying that Kanika showed up at 1 o'clock? Kanika clearly showed up at 12. Where hopefully this right here, this presentation will put everything into, perspective when it comes to the time set. Okay, because they did give us 2 different times. Okay, but when I actually looked at the statements and I carefully looked at the footage and I went over everything with a fine-tooth comb. This is what I put together, you guys. Okay. And I'm telling you guys, I might have been wrong about some stuff. Okay. We all might have been wrong about some stuff. All right. But we're going to go ahead with daytime. So we got 1 o'clock from Ernisha. All right. And right here we have the time of them walking in at 1:13. All right, so we're going to say that this time is accurate. All right, we're going to say that this time is accurate. All right, hold on, I think I kind of skipped a little bit. Okay, so let me just say, I think I got the all right from Straight Drop. Where's Straight Drop? Shout out to Straight Drop. I think, because I used to listen to him, he'd say, all right. I just had to say that. So, what I want you guys to pay attention to and remember, a lot of things that I might talk to you guys about, you have to be a veteran. Y'all have to been and studied this case or seen it, because I don't, I can't actually pull up the footage and show you guys. You have to actually take your minds back to what exactly happened in this moment. Okay, if you guys don't remember, that's fine. Go back and watch this clip right here. Okay, and I might be using a lot of you guys' videos and clips and pictures and stuff. And thank you. I just Google, what I need, and I go exactly, straight to the video. So I want to say, big ups to everybody whose stuff I'm using. But anyway, so if you guys can remember, I'm going to bring y'all minds back to this particular clip. Do you guys remember when they got to the end of the hall? And I want you guys to drop me a 1 if you can remember this. When they got to the end of the hall, Monifa and Shamaya and Bree for a second went left. Kanika turned right. A few seconds or minutes later, Bree turned right. Do you guys remember that? Drop me a 1. Now, if I have to pull up a video, I'll pull up a video, but I'm hoping you guys just remember this just by, your months and months of observing these videos. Okay. So in this particular clip, I'm going to take y'all mind back to it. Okay, when they got to the end of the hall, approaching the elevators, I want you guys to take your mind away from whatever you thought before, because I'm getting ready to blow your mind. Do you guys hear me? The Lord had me crying all night last night. I'm serious, y'all. I'm about to blow y'all mind. Okay? When they got to the end of the hall, Kanika turned right, and the other 3 girls turned left. But a few seconds later, you said this is a separate clip. A few seconds later, Bree turned to the right. Okay, if this is not the same, it's not the same clip. What do you mean by separate clips? they broke it up separately, or what do you mean by separate clips? I want to get an understanding of what you're saying, because I want to make sure everybody is on one page and everybody remember exactly what was going on during this time. Okay, all right. But let me tell you exactly what happened. It wasn't separate clips. In that moment, Kanika did turn right and the other girls did turn left. Okay, that did happen. And then a couple minutes later, turned right. Okay, Kanika never got on the elevator. Uncle Fed, are you steps ahead of me? Uncle Fed, I think you ahead of me, Uncle Fed. I'm getting ready to prove to y'all that Kanika never got on that elevator. Bam. Kanika never got on the elevator. What I need you guys to pay attention to when you go back and watch this video, I need you guys to go pay attention to the fact that Kanika went right and the other girls went left. After they went left and they got on the elevator, Bree turned in the same direction as Kanika. Okay, so right here you see Bree at the front desk. It's 118. They came in at 113, so it would make sense when Bree turned that right. Bree was actually going to the front desk. She was headed to the front desk and not to the room, because just 5 minutes later after coming in, she's at the front desk with Irene. Okay, the time on this is 118. We see her at the front desk with Irene, which I also want to, raise some question too, and just bring up the fact that if you guys remember the statements, I thought Irene and Bree wasn't getting along during that time. They wasn't even really friends during that time. Okay, but anyway, I don't know. They could be having a little sidebar or whatever before the party. I don't know. But here's Bree. Okay, at 118. Where did Kanika go? We saw Kanika turn right. Where did Kanika go? Okay, well, we got a text at 120 saying Kanika was ready to go. All right. Lenora received a text from Kanika at 120 saying she was ready to go, which is odd because they just got there at 113. True that? They just got there at 113. All right, and here's a piece of Lenora's statement saying the last time she had contact with her sister was at 1:30, and of course she would say 1:30 because she know that her sister pretty much just got to the hotel. Okay, so she's really estimating. I talked to her about 1:30 because she just arrived at the hotel when she texts me. All right, so right here down at the bottom, the last paragraph, this is something statement from Lenora. She said, while speaking with Lenora, we gather information from her and friends who were, I guess it's Lenora, with blank, and they said that Jenkins had arrived at the hotel approximately 1:30. Okay, so Lenora had this conception of 1:30 because Kanika had just got to the hotel. She just arrived at the hotel when her sister texted her and said she was ready to go. All right, which is real strange to me. All right, and so of course I asked myself, why would Kanika text she was ready to go just 7 minutes after arriving at the hotel? This should have been a big question that we should have been asking ourselves. Like, this should have been something that we really should have been trying to figure out. Like, when everybody was trying to take the friends out the equation, if this is like one of her main Ace Boon Coon, one of her main girls, it's about to go up. She cool with Killer. This is a big part that they've been planning for her homegirl. Why was she ready to go so soon? Like, we should have really been asking ourselves that. If they so innocent, why was she ready to go? I'm just saying. But like I said, I'm trying not to pause it as much today. Did Kanika run into somebody? And if so, who? Right? Did Kanika run into somebody? And if so, who? Because just 7 minutes after arriving, She texts her sister, says she ready to go. Okay, so we all know that Mike was actually at the hotel prior to Kanika and her crew arriving. Mike got there at 12:33 per the clock. We look at his statement. He says that he was there at approximately 1 o'clock. Okay, so the 12:33 we'll say is accurate, approximately 1 o'clock. Okay, he got there at 12:33. We're going to go back to his statement. We're just going to look at the times real quick. Right, G Money. And she had just got there. So it was either something or someone or some bodies that made her uncomfortable because she just got there. And I think you might have came in after I started the video. When I first started the video, for those who just coming in, I actually showed where when they first went in, and y'all can remember the old clip, when they first walked into the hotel, it looked like the girls went one way and Kanika went another way, which in my mind made me think that maybe she saw somebody, maybe somebody told her, hey, come here, you know, what up, come here. Or she saw somebody and she decided to go towards the right while the other girls went towards the left. Okay, if y'all don't remember this particular clip, I'm pretty sure you could probably still find it somewhere on YouTube. But yeah, let me go ahead and finish playing it. But yeah. All right. We also know that Neff was in the room. Okay, Neff showed up at 11 o'clock. Neff is the dude that we see in the red jersey. You know, all throughout Irene's live, we see Neff wearing a red jersey, bouncing or just sitting there chilling. So we know that Neff actually said he was there at 11 o'clock. So Neff was too there when Kanika and her crew arrived. Okay, so far as when Kanika arrived, it was guys that was already there. It was Neff, Mike, Killer, Ty, and we have an unknown person who's been flying under the radar. Okay, they unknown. They were already at the hotel when Kanika, Monifa, Bree, and Shamaya arrived. Okay, and I said it's possible that Kanika ran into or met Mike in the hallway. Now I'm gonna tell you guys why I said it's possible that Kanika met or ran into Mike in the hallway. Okay. Now, I'm getting ready to take y'all mad somewhere, but I need you guys to pay attention to this because it's very important. And I want you guys to really understand why I said Kanika never made it on the elevator. Okay, why she did not take the elevator? I'm not saying Kanika did not make it to room 629. Oh, sorry, y'all, 926. But what I'm telling you guys is Kanika did not take the elevator to room 926 with her girls. And this is one of the reasons why I want you guys to see and to understand, you know, why they had to. I might be going a little bit too far. Why I believe what I believe. Okay. All right. So notice whenever you see lookalikes, Kanika is missing. The footage with the lookalikes were taken later on and inserted into the footage. Now, let me tell you guys exactly what I mean, okay? Right here, this is not Kanika on this elevator. This had to be taken because the real Kanika never made it on that elevator. So whenever you see the lookalike, that for me was a sign that that person, that Kanika was never in that spot, or she was in that spot for a hot second and they needed more footage or whatever to build on. Okay, this right here is not Kanika. Kanika was never in that elevator. All right, now lookalike on the elevator. Let's start with the lookalike on the elevator. Like I just said, why a snapshot of the lookalike on the elevator? Simply because Kanika did not take the elevator with the girls. She could have took the stairs or rode the elevator with Mike later on, but she did not take the elevator in that moment. I mean, she did not ride the elevator in that moment with the girls. All right, this person right here, this person is the person that rode the elevator. Y'all know I always felt like it was other people that was dressed, that was, y'all know I always felt like the person on the elevator was not Kanika. This shouldn't be a shock. If y'all been following me for a long time, this should not be a shock, because I guarantee you there was other people, other females, because it's not hard to imitate a jean outfit and a bra. It's really not. It's really not hard for us to dress like somebody in a jean, a jacket, jean pants. But remember, if y'all can mad and go back to the last video, I clearly showed y'all, and before in the past, clearly showed y'all the difference in the jackets, the difference in the hair. But I just believe the reason why you don't see these individuals now, I don't think I mentioned this before. I believe the reason why you don't see these individuals walking into the Crown Plaza is simply because they edit them out. They edit them out. It would look real suspect if they showed y'all different girls walking into the Crown Plaza with the exact same outfit as the victim. Won't it? Like, it'd be too suspicious for people to think, okay, well, how did she? Yeah, because they wanted to paint a picture that she just walked into the freezer. So if we seeing other people who was at the party with her and they got an exact same outfit as her, and everybody already questioning whether or not she walked into the freezer, that would have just raised suspicions, right? So y'all know, a lot of y'all know, and I still stand behind it. There was other people that was looking like her, because I watched so many Kanika Jenkins lives, so many, to where I knew the smile, I knew the dimple, I knew the hair, I knew the face. I mean, it was just too many differences between the one that we knew as Kanika, looking at Kanika Jenkins live or Kanika Martin lives on Facebook, the lives that she did herself, versus what they gave us, versus the stuff pertaining to this particular night. So I would never go back on what I said as far as other people looking like her, dressing like her, all that stuff. I won't. Still to this day, I won't. Elevator. Not trying to offend nobody. Okay, this is the person that rode the elevator, which is the person that's in the bathroom. Okay, that took that quick bathroom shot with Monifa. Now, I know you guys is probably drifting up. Don't follow me. Trust me. Later on, it's going to make so much sense. Trust me. Follow me. All right? So, why do they have a snapshot of this chick right here? I can say that the person in the bathroom might be Kanika. Not the person on the elevator, the person in the bathroom, because I think I got the video later. I might got the video right after this video where we actually do see Kanika in a bathroom and a with Hennessy and all that stuff, and walking down the hall. Y'all don't fault me, because it's really hard to tell a real person from an imposter when you ain't never even met the real person in life. You see what I'm saying? It's real hard. Like, if that was my cousin, I could say for sure, oh no, that ain't her, but can tell the real from the imposters. So the person in the bathroom could very well been her, because she could have eventually made it upstairs to the room with them in the bathroom. And like I said, when it comes to the room, all we really have is the beginning of Irene's lab, and we don't even see Kanika in the beginning of Irene's lab. And we hear her in the background. What time she made it up to the room, we don't know. But we do hear her in the background. So yeah, the person in the bathroom could be her, but I still said on the person in that elevator was not her. Either was not her or just didn't look like her to me. Okay. And like I said, I really do believe that she bust that right, because we actually see her busting the right. Why would she go in a separate direction to the hotel than her friends? I mean, to the room than her friends. And I'm gonna tell you something too. This picture that we looking at, you guys, this picture was taken, or this snapshot or whatever was taken after Kanika was already in that freezer. If you don't believe me, look at the footage of Kanika walking the halls. Kanika's pockets is not out. They made this picture look like the body that's in the freezer. When Kanika was walking the halls, her pockets was not pulled out. You see what I'm saying? So how is it that in the bathroom, way before the party, her pocket is out? She's walking the hall and you see her and her pockets is not out. In the party, you see her pockets is not hanging out, but yet in the freezer, her pockets, you see what I'm saying? They made this picture look exactly like the body that was found in the freezer. That's deep. I don't know if I was 100% on point with that, but the pocket being out really do kind of stand out to me. That's her pocket, because we all know that Kanika was neat. She dressed neat. She looked nice, and I could not see her going to a big party that she know everybody is gonna be at looking tacky. I just can't see it. This picture, this clipping or snapshot was done after Kanika was already in a freezer. Okay, this person right here is an imposter. Okay, and I believe I called her out as Victoria the last time, if you guys hadn't watched my video of persons of interest. All right, Kanika's missing from the bathroom live, and I'm gonna tell you guys why I believe that they had that when I got that quick clip of that female in the bathroom, because she could have been missing from the bathroom lives. Now, I could have actually took the time out to break the clips up and things like that for y'all, but I was really, really busy and I got so much going on. So, but I want, like I said, just take y'all minds there. Okay. In the lives, in Irene's live, okay. Now I'm gonna take it back. Kanika went to the room with the girls after meeting with Mike. Okay, so Kanika is sitting on the bed. Monifa calls Kanika in the bathroom. If y'all can remember, there's a quick clip, just a clip of Monifa in the bathroom, and she said, "Yo, Kanika, what you doing? Come here." Kanika says, "No, I'm not messing with you because you drunk." Monifa laughs it off and she said, "Kanika talking about I'm drunk. I ain't no drunk." And she exits the bathroom, ends the live. A quick clip, if you guys can remember. So from our understanding, Kanika really never went into that bathroom with Monifa. We never saw her. Besides this picture that we have right here that we know that was taken after the body, we never saw Kanika go into that bathroom with Monifa. As a matter of fact, we actually heard Kanika tell Monifa, "I'm not coming into that bathroom. I'm not about to mess with you. You drunk." Okay. Now there's a possibility that Kanika did go in the bathroom and they took a real quick, laugh, and it was the one with her laughing. And she said, "You so irritating." Okay, so that's the one. So we did see it. Okay, so I did mention it. I just wanted to make sure. That's why I might stop talking, because that's why I might really be confused, y'all, when I pause it. But yes, okay, so I did mention it. That could have been true. But this particular picture that we saw, I'm going to prove to y'all later on in another live that picture was actually taken after her body was already in the freezer. Okay, and they actually wanted that look to kind of mimic what they found in the freezer. So, but moving along, I believe Kanika never went in that bathroom with Monifa. I believe she was on the bed, and Kanika actually sounded a little irritated. Okay, she actually sounded a little irritated. All right. So, some mental notes. I want you guys to really get this mentally. Kanika arrives at the hotel. It's gonna make so much sense. I promise y'all. Kanika arrives at the hotel at 1:13. She ran into someone who she really didn't expect to see. Kanika texts she's ready to go at 1:20 minutes after she got there. Kanika goes into room 926. The girls goes live around 1:30. Okay, Kanika is upset and irritated at this certain someone. All right, Kanika isn't drunk, but is irritated by a drunk Monifa from the beginning of the live to the end. All we hear is really a Kanika who is irritated by a drunk Monifa. Even with her saying towards the end of the live, "I'm not drunk. I am enjoying myself." She seemed like she was really irritated. And I also put a note at the end. Everybody said in their statement that Kanika was upset. Now, remember, they used that word upset. They said she was upset about her boyfriend. Now, I believe them saying that she was upset about her boyfriend and with the jail was probably a lie, but I do believe that they said she was upset because she was in that room irritated. Okay. Did we ever find out what boyfriend that just went to jail? Because do y'all remember that it was said that she was upset about her boyfriend going to jail? So we know that it wasn't talking about Rico, because even though Rico was in jail, he was already in jail way before the party. And Kanika wasn't with Rico during that time. So, and then the other boy, I cannot remember his name at this point, because we talked about him, but he wasn't a main focal point in any of my presentations. But it was another boyfriend that she was actually with during that time. And even though she was with this dude during that time, it was also rumored that she was messing with Mike as well. So we know that Rico was in jail. He was in jail way prior to this party right here. He was actually released, I think, the day of this party or following this party. Um, and we also remember the one that she was actually with. If y'all remember his name, drop it in the comments. I forgot his name. And that was the one that she was actually going with. He was not in jail during that time. And we also heard that she was messing with Mike. And Mike wasn't in jail during that time. He was at the party. So if y'all can remember, a lot of people were saying that Kanika was upset because her boyfriend went to jail. And how do we know that she was upset about that and just wasn't irritated because she noticed people was moving funny? People around her was acting funny and moving funny. Okay, maybe she noticed the vibe was off because remember, she texted her sister at 1:20, only 7 minutes later saying she was ready to go. So was she ready to go because the vibe was off? People was irritating her, or she was upset about her boyfriend going to jail. She was upset about her boyfriend going to jail. Why would she even attend the party? It made no sense. And I believe she was irritated with a certain someone that she just met up with or just spoke with. She was irritated. And that is what we actually hear in the conversation in Irene's lab in the very beginning, those little small clips that we was getting. We was hearing an irritated Kanika. I'm not about to mess with you. You drunk. Girl, I ain't drunk. I am enjoying myself. We was hearing an irritated Kanika. Somebody that really sounded like she didn't want to be bothered or even be at the party. Okay, let's get it. Okay, so I put this statement in here. It was a statement by Monifa. Now, we know that Monifa's whole statement was a lie. If you actually read this narrative about Monifa, you know that Monifa was just lying. She was all over. I believe this is Monifa's narrative. She was all over the place. But I only brought this to your attention because I want you to actually see what Monifa said as far as Kanika getting drunk and drinking. Okay? She stated that in that room, they were all just sitting around on the bed, and she stated that she did not drink or smoke any weed, which we know Monifa is lying. We've seen a cup of liquor in her hand, okay? But just listen to how she said this. She remembers that Kanika had 1 cup of alcohol the entire time they were at the party. That should be a period. She remembered that Kanika had 1 cup of alcohol the entire time they were at the party, but she quickly changed it up. But I'm not sure if she refilled that 1 cup or not. Okay, then she started going into how Kanika was sad due to her boyfriend being incarcerated. I don't believe Kanika was sad. I believe Kanika was irritated by somebody that was there at that party that was irritating her. Let's move it along. Kanika even going to the party. Why would she even attend a party if she was sad because her boyfriend was locked up? It makes no sense. Okay, so why was Kanika friends pressuring her to drink and not Irene? Irene, it was Irene's birthday. Irene was the birthday girl. Why was they pressuring Kanika to drink, Kanika to enjoy herself, Kanika to get drunk? All we kept hearing throughout the lives is, Kanika gonna be drunk in a minute. Kanika get drunk. Kanika drink. Kanika enjoy yourself. And why wasn't the pressure really on a cool, chilled out 21st birthday having Irene? Oh, okay. So this is what I've studied, and I'm gonna take you guys' mind back to that one girl video that I posted, and I told you I believe 100% in that girl's testimony when the girl was talking about, her friends took her to a hotel room and what they did to her. So I actually looked into this a lot more, and I'm telling you right now, this is what they do for the females that they consider to be lab rats or whatever. This is what they do to them. Okay, this is the plan. The plan, as what I've learned, okay, to give the victim a cup of alcohol and the Red Bull. Encourage the victim to get drunk off the liquor, pop a pill. But what you do is you slip or you mix the lean or the Bill Cosby into the Red Bull without the victim noticing. The pill, if they pop an ecstasy, if they did decide to pop a pill, and the alcohol contributes to the effects of the lean. The victim assumes they tweaking from the pill and the alcohol, when in fact they actually tweaking off of what was put into the Red Bull. How many of y'all believe that she was drugged? How many of y'all believe she was given a pill or she was given something into that Red Bull? Because remember, y'all, we seen, now I don't know if I'm gonna show this photo in this video. I'm just kind of like taking it back. Remember, we actually have a photo of her sitting there with a can of Red Bull in her hand. And so I don't know if that's where I was going with it. I'm gonna go ahead and finish playing it. But how many of y'all feel like she was drugged? I don't know if it was the Topamax that they put in there. If I don't know if it was actually lean that she was drinking. I don't know. I think that it seemed possible because this was at the time something that was common, something that was real common. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish playing the video so I don't want to talk over it because I don't even know where I was going with it. Do you guys get what I'm saying? If you guys don't get what I'm saying, drop me a 2 and I'll read that over again. This was something that I actually studied, paying attention to the partying that goes on there and what they've been doing. So it's kind of like, I might be quoting it wrong, but I used to hear my granddaddy say the overplay for the underplay or the overlay for the underplay. I don't know, but they give the victim a cup of alcohol, you know, encourage them to pop a pill, maybe give them a pill. But all along, what they slipping them is inside the Red Bull, because in order to actually mix the lean, it have to be mixed inside a clear liquid. Okay, it's mixed inside of a clear liquid, or Bill Cosby, whatever they call it. Okay, you mix this stuff inside of a clear liquid. So it's kind of like the victim would be thinking that they tweaking off a pill and alcohol, but what they actually tweaking off of is what was put inside the Red Bull. This is common. This is what they do in the neighborhood. And this is how a lot of them get their victims. Okay, if not a Red Bull, some type of clear liquid. Okay. All right, so let's look into the event. Okay, but hold on, let me show you guys this. I think okay. Let's look. Not 12, 2 a.m. Yeah, the victims can't see what's in a Red Bull can. Exactly, Fred. Exactly. Yeah, they can't see what's in the Red Bull, and they never even suspect that whatever happened to them came from the Red Bull can. You know, if like people actually passed out, or in that one girl situation when she got rushed to the hospital, you know, in her situation, it was actually made manifest for us to actually get what was going on, because she wasn't popping a pill, she was stashing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the trick is to have, you know, if anything happened, they would assume that they just got too drunk or too high, you know, when all along they were actually. And let me just say this, if y'all can, let me say this real quick. If y'all can remember and it's good for, she was drunk. She died from alcohol. What is it called? Alcohol poison or whatever. So it seemed to me that alcohol plays a major role. If not alcohol, a drink that they give them to be able to get whoever they want to sacrifice, to be able to get them in a calm notion. And the reason why I'm saying this, to kind of, because I know people might be like, what the hell are you talking about? The reason why I'm saying this is because we know that she was uncomfortable at 120. Okay, she was uncomfortable at 120. So if she uncomfortable because of who she ran into or who she seen at the party, it could have been Mike, and then again, it could have been Ty, or it could have been his sisters. It could have been anybody that she could have seen and was uncomfortable. It could have been a whole vibe that she could have just been in and was uncomfortable. Okay, but remember, at 120, she was ready to go. So you cannot tell me at 120 she was ready to go, then turn around and say in your statement at 130, I only seen her with 1 cup of alcohol. However, I don't know how many times she filled that cup up. You mean to tell me if you go to a party, you don't want to be there, you uncomfortable, but you didn't drive, you roll with some people, so you can't leave, but you texting people, telling them, you texting your family saying, hey, I want to go. I'm ready to go. I don't even want to be here. But yet 10 minutes later, you turned up. At some point, she was passed the hell out. So was that from her own accord? And I'm backing up the person speaking in this video right now. Even though I don't really know where I'm about to go with it, because I didn't sit here and watch this whole thing again. I'm just kind of backing up this person in the video. You cannot tell me 10 minutes later that she was ready to turn up. And not only turn up, but get drunk, knowing that she was just uncomfortable 10 minutes prior. So I think this is what I was trying to say. Just to kind of catch everybody up to speed. Okay. Oh gosh. All right. Can of Red Bull. Okay. All right. So let's look at these. It's some important events surrounding 2 a.m. that I want us to take a look at. All right. Irene is ending her live at 2 o'clock, between 2 o'clock and 2:15. You know what? That was a good point you made, Annie, which is the reason why we probably should have looked into other drugs, because by the time they did the autopsy and put it out, if she had lean in her system or something other in her system, how long would have been in her system before they did the autopsy? You know, I guess it's something I should have looked into. Like, how long would lean actually show up in your system? Like, you know, how long would it be in your system prior to her having the autopsy done? Because whatever she had in her could have, you know, not been in her system by the time she had the autopsy, or it could have been in her system and they was actually paid off, because I still do believe a lot of these people was paid off by Rosemont, was paid off by the hotel. But I don't know, because what happened to Teresa Martin's second autopsy? So I don't know, but that was a good thing that you said, because I think that's one thing that we should have looked into too. You know, was there any type of drug that could have been just in a system and not show up within 24 hours or within a week or whatever the case may be? I wish I would have thought about that then, because I would have looked into that too. Ty Rowland and females are walking into the Crown Plaza at 2 o'clock, a quarter to 2. Mike and Bree are headed out. And so if Ty Rowland and the females ain't walking to the Crown Plaza to a quarter to 2, then she was already ready to go. She was already ready to go at 1:30, so it couldn't have been Ty Rowland and the females that made her ready to go. The only one that was there during that time before she got there was Mike and Nefna. So my bet would be that it was Mike that made her ready to go. And then we go back to the guy with the raspy voice. He actually said it was somebody that she was feeling there. So maybe he felt like she was feeling that person because they actually was messing around prior to this day right here. But anyway, I don't want to jump ahead of myself. At 2:25, Kanika goes missing the first time out the room, approximately 2:45. Stay with me. I'm about to show y'all something. Okay, so right here, we see Tynum coming in. Okay, at 12:46. It says 12:46. We're about to get the accurate time of what time they actually walked in. Okay. All right, so down here, the last part of the statement, it said, blank further stated the group, which we all know, Ty arrived in the group. He had his sister in a black Mercury SUV. You know, they was following them in a truck. But he said the group arrived at the Crown Plaza at approximately 2 o'clock. All right, so it wasn't 12:46. It was actually 1:46 that they arrived. Uh-oh. Hold on. And I got a bonus for y'all too. All right. So Ty and his crew actually arrived at 1:46, not 12:46. They arrived at almost 2 o'clock. Okay. And there was another statement too, I forgot to insert in there, where the one female said it was 1:55. She know because of the time they pulled up, which had to be a lie, because the parking ticket couldn't say 1:55 if they walking in the door at 1:46. Okay, see how much them kids be lying. I just wanted to point that out. But anyway, they showed up at 1:46, almost 2 o'clock. Now remember, we're looking at the events surrounding 2 o'clock. All right. All right. So maybe the plan was for Ty to arrive after 2 a.m. after Irene ends her live, but they showed up early. Okay, made a pit stop into a conference room. If Ty and the girls would have walked straight to the room, then we would have seen or heard them in Irene's live, because Irene did not end her live until after 2 o'clock. Okay, it's in Mike's statement, it's in maybe Bree's statement. Irene did not end her live until after 2 o'clock. So with Ty and them walking in at 1:46, and actually it was after 2 o'clock when Irene ended her live. It was like around 2:15. So if Ty walked in at 1:46, and the girls, we would have actually heard him or seen him come in the door at the end of Irene's live, right? So they had to make a pit stop. They had to go somewhere, because maybe they came in they arrived a little bit too early. The plan was to arrive after 2 a.m. Okay, after Irene goes live. But they showed up a little bit early, so they made a little pit stop. All right? They made a little pit stop. Employees lounge, conference room, I don't know. They made a little pit stop until it was their time to go. All right, because everything that they do is synchronized. And I told you guys that they are gang and they move together. They move like a military. Okay, so Ty and them are supposed to arrive at the hotel at 2 o'clock. Because if you look at the statements from all the people that showed up with them, everybody said around 2 o'clock. Everybody said 2 o'clock specifically, at 2 o'clock, around 2 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock. It was 2 o'clock. Everybody said 2 o'clock, but we actually see that they showed up early. They showed up early. So they made a little pit stop. All right. Bree, we see her right here at approximately, I say 150. And, just approximately around 150, because like I said, they ended the live around between 2 to 2:15. Right here, just before 2 a.m. is 1:54. You see she left. Right after Bree showed herself on the live, Monifa took the phone, and a couple minutes the live was over. Okay, that's why I said around 1:50 they was ending that live. Well, Bree was getting off the live and handing the phone to Monifa, because at 1:54 she's right here in the hall. All right, and right here, Bree states, we all done seen this before. I just wanted to point it out. Bree states that she left the party around 2:15. Okay, or 2:30. She said either 2:15 or 2:30. She said that she was riding with a friend who needed a GPS. So of course, before I thought that she was actually driving. No, she was riding with a friend who needed her phone. Okay, and Mike was not technically with them. Okay, he was leaving around the same time as them, so he must have saw them walking, caught up, or they caught up together. But he was leaving out around the same time as him, because according to Mike, the party was dead. So he was already headed out anyway. Okay. That's just strange. Ain't that strange that Mike said the party was dead when he was like the first one there? Like, he didn't even wait till everybody showed up. That's why it seems so fake to me. Because, I mean, seriously, like, who shows up at a party super early? Okay, let's say the party started at 11 o'clock and you get there at 10:50. Why would you leave at 11:15 and say it's dead when you know it just started at 11? Anybody hear me? It makes no sense to me that he even came that early, to the fact that it was only a few of them, and then he leaves talking about the party was dead. Bro, you ain't even give people time to get there, to fall through. So if you left, where did you go? You mean to tell me you rode all the way out to Rosemont, just to turn around and leave? You went out there early, but you turned around and left because you said the party was dead, and you ain't even give people enough chance to show up. Me, myself, personally, I don't know about y'all, but if y'all throw a party Y'all ain't gonna catch me there on time. And I mean on time as if the party started at 11, I'm not gonna be there at 11. I might not get there to like 12, 12:30, maybe even 1 o'clock, depending on what time it's over. But I'm not gonna get there at 11. And if I do decide to get there early, if I know that it started at 11, I'm gonna at least give it like an hour for everything to jump off. And we see that the party actually was live. So if he would have gave it a little bit more time, that's what made me think it was all orchestrated too. If he would have gave it a little bit more time, he would have saw that people were starting to roll in back to back to back. But anyway, let me go ahead and finish playing it. I don't want to be holding y'all up. Just want to clarify that. So right here, we see all three of them leaving at 2:26. Did they leave together? We don't know. As of right now, we don't know, because Mike stated he left because the party was weak. Tyrone and them hadn't even made that. They still in that conference room. This should prove to y'all that Tyrone and them was somewhere waiting, because Mike wouldn't have said the party was weak, because Tyrone and them brought like the party with him. He brought half the party with him. So the reason why Mike said at 2:20 that the party was weak was because Tyrone and them hadn't even showed up in the room yet. They was in some conference room chilling, waiting until it was time for them to walk up there or go into the room. Okay, so when Mike left, Mike hadn't even ran into Tyrone. I'm gonna show y'all right here. They leaving out at 2:26. They coming into the room at 2:27. Where they coming from? Where was they coming from? Out that room, maybe? Straight to the party. Straight to the party. All right. And behind them was Tyrone. Tyrone goes live around 2:30. Okay. Tyrone goes live around 2:30. He sees Kanika. Yes, exactly. The smallest details matter. Okay, because we see Mike, I'm gonna go back a little bit. We see Mike said the party was dead, it was weak, and he wanted to leave. And that could be because half the party was in the employee lounge room. Are y'all following me? Because we saw Ty and them walk about something. I just thought about something. We never seen Mike and Ty together. We know that Mike is a traveling vice lord. We know that Ty Rowland is a G. No, Ty walked in the door, but he didn't go straight to the room. If Ty would have been straight, Ty would have went straight to that room. Ty and his crew that walked in, his sister and them, if they would have went straight to that room, they would have been caught at least walking in the door or sounds in the background, and Irene laughed. So we know he didn't go straight to the room. Okay. Now that I think about it, we never saw Ty Rowland and Mike together. So do these two guys get along? Is they friends? Because in all my digging, I ain't never saw no pictures. I've seen pictures of Killer and Ty together, Peasy and Ty together, but I ain't never seen no pictures of Mike and Ty together. So I'm wondering, why was Mike in his own personal space, but then he came out after Mike left? Anybody get what I'm saying? That's, now that I think about it, that's kind of weird. So they would have already been in the room at 2:00. Mike wouldn't have had to say the party was weak and he left. Do you guys get what I'm saying? He left because he said the party was weak, right? That's because Ty and them was in some employee lounge just chilling until they decided it was time for them to go ahead, head up to the room and begin recording. Let's get it. All right, so where was I at? All right, so right here, like I said, I believe this is the only time he actually got Kanika. that he actually got a clip of Kanika. I believe that this is the only time Ty Rowland actually got a clip of Kanika when he first got to the hotel. Okay, when he first began to go live. All right, I want y'all to kind of get y'all mind out of what y'all already know, because it's a picture that's being painted right here, and certain things that y'all might be looking at might not be a part of this particular picture right here. It might be something else going on over there. You see what I'm saying? And it's a big picture. I can't paint the whole picture, but I can show you guys where Kanika was at during this particular time. We can follow Kanika. But we can follow Kanika. I can tell you guys what time Kanika left this room. Just follow along with me, okay? I should have did this one first and then did the keeping up with Kanika. Because in this one right here, y'all see I was trying to keep up with her. And then the other one, I said, oh, okay, I think she was taking out that room and taking somewhere else, possibly even to another hotel or room 609. But I should have did this one yesterday and did the other one I did yesterday. I should have did that one today. But hey, we gonna rock with it. We are grown and we can we all got common sense. We just gonna go ahead and keep going. Okay, whatever. It's a lot of stuff that was going on, but just follow with me, okay? All right. Someone spiked Kanika's Red Bull. Who could have spiked Kanika's drink and when? All right. I say anyone that was in that room prior to 2 a.m. could have spiked Kanika's Red Bull. Mike or Bree prior to leaving could have spiked Kanika's Red Bull, along with Ty, Rowland, or Tanisha. Anybody that was in that room prior to her disappearing could have spiked her Red Bull. Like I said, it could have been even Mike or Bree, and that's why they bounced so quick as they did. Anybody that was with her could have spiked that Red Bull. You know, so, and the reason why I want to outline is for you guys, because our mind is just set on Tanisha spike that Red Bull. Anybody could have done that. Okay, anybody could have done that prior to 2 a.m. when it was just them in the kickback and just chilling. When it was her and Mike alone, maybe talking along that hallway, he could have, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody could have done it. Anybody could have done it. Okay. Now we had a lot of statements of people that was saying that Kanika was up, she was dancing for a minute, and she was sitting back down, she was wasted, she was drunk. Irene's statement saying that Kanika was saying, girl, get up, it's your birthday. Was Kanika possibly feeling the effects of whatever was put in her Red Bull? Okay, was this necessarily not a lie, but they just tried to make it seem like she was actually having fun versus wasted? Okay, this is kind of big, you guys, but as we can see, this is right here. This is a can that's in Kanika's hand. Okay, look like her can of Red Bull. This picture is so distorted. I don't even know why I used it. This picture, I don't know what's going on with this picture, but I definitely remember what picture it was. It was a picture of Kanika looking like she was sitting on a dresser with a can of Red Bull in her hand. Do y'all remember that picture? Drop me a one if y'all remember that picture. It is like, it's so distorted now. I don't even know why I even use this particular picture, because I can barely see exactly what's going on. But my memory can go back to that day when I actually remember seeing that picture. So all right, I just want to show you guys right here clippings of Kanika in the room. Don't look, we never really seen her dancing, gigging, enjoying herself. We never seen that. But what we did see was what it looked like she had a towel or something over her mouth. So I'm wondering, because before I thought that maybe she was in a fight, but I'm wondering if she was actually wasted and hurt herself. Because if you can remember, Irene said that she's supposed to hit the lap, or she either hit a lap or hit the desk or something like that. So I'm really wondering, was it a short time when that Red Bull kicked in that Kanika was wasted? Because y'all, we go from 1:30, Lenore say she got a text saying she don't even want to be there. She uncomfortable, to her just being totally wasted, to where she bumped into a lamp, to where, and then hold on, let me also say, if anybody used to watch Kanika lives, Kanika seemed like she was the life of the party. We never even seen her turned up. We never even seen her turned up. We never seen no clipping, no video hold just like, hey. We never seen none of that. which is it was real suspect to me, because watching her lives that she did, I'm like, man, Kanika like to have fun. She like to be the life of the party. And not only that, I believe that she would have went live too. If they hadn't took her phone when she first got there, she would have been live too. Are you guys following me? Okay, someone comes to the door while Ty is live. All right, Kanika responds to the knock. And I do know that Kanika has like a slurish type of voice, but it do sound like an inebriated Kanika when she says, "That's not the manager at the door." Okay, there is a lookalike in that room with her, but I believe that Kanika is drugged at that moment and possibly don't even realize it's a lookalike in the room with her. Okay, but we hear her say, "That's not the manager at the door." Okay. In that moment, Kanika gets snatched up out the room after the knock at the door, which was approximately 2:45. Remember, Ty went live at 2:30. Okay, around approximately 2:45 is when Kanika gets snatched up out the room. Kanika is inebriated when taken out the room. Okay, the last time her friends seen her was 2-something per Irene, and not just per Irene, per her friends. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. Okay, so here we go. So here go this picture again, where everybody felt like it was a fight at the door. And I think I always stood on the fact that whoever that knocked on the door took her out that room, or somebody made sure she got out that room. And I always stood on the fact that this person with the broad, wide shoulders was not her. Kanika right here. It's around, like I said, 2:45. Ty is live. In the background, we can see somebody knocked on the door. Kanika went to go answer the door, and Kanika said, "Oh, that's not the manager at the door." Okay, I believe Kanika in that moment was inebriated. Somebody snatched Kanika out the room, and this is the reason why everybody is looking and facing the door. As I said, there was a lookalike even in the room with Kanika at that moment, who I believe is the same girl that had on that pink jacket and that pink hat that came with Ty Rowland. But anyway, it was a lookalike in that room with Kanika, and she probably didn't even realize it because she was drugged. All right. Kanika goes missing while Ty is live. These is text messages from Irene saying the last time they seen Kanika was at 2-something. Take your mind away from the narratives that say 3 o'clock. Kanika went missing twice. And I'm going to show you guys that and prove to you guys Kanika went missing twice. Okay. The last time Irene seen her, she swore up and down in her text messages. She said, "I don't know where that girl went. The last time we seen that girl, it was 2-something last night." Okay, it's in her text messages. Right here, she say, "I swear to God, around 2-something in regards to what time Kanika left the room." All right, I swear to God, it was around 2-something. All right. That was the last time Irene recalls seeing Kanika. All right, and here we go. Right here, we have a statement from Lenora saying that, let me read right here, right in the middle. It says blank, which I believe is Lenora, said Jenkins did not have her phone because she left it in the hotel room. Blank advised her friends last saw Jenkins in the hallway on the 9th floor around 2:30. Pay attention to words. The friends told Lenora the last time we seen Kanika on the 9th floor was around 2:30. Pay attention to the words, to the wording. Okay, that was the last time they actually seen her on that floor. It was around 2:30. And I showed you guys at 2:45 in Ty's live, she was snatched up on the 9th floor. She disappeared. She went missing. Right? That's what I showed you guys. So that would actually make sense as to why the girls say it was 2-something around 2:30, because in Ty's live, it had to be around 2:45 when we actually see Kanika getting snatched up, disappearing, missing. Okay, so their statement would actually line up with what we see happening in Ty's live. All right. All right. The mystery man or men and a 40-minute gap. Who took Kanika out of room 926 at approximately 2:45? Where was Kanika from 2:45 to 3:25? 3:25, the time that she was first seen exiting the lower level elevator. That's a 40-minute gap. Let's get it. Who is the mystery man or men that snatched her up out that room around 2-something when the last time her friend seen her? Now, if you guys still believe in the whole Monifa lie, we was leaving and we went to go get her phone and we let y'all shouldn't even be on my channel. I'm serious. Like, that is the most stupidest, ridiculous lie I've heard in my life. Y'all should not even be here if you still believe that lie, because you all should know that it do not take 2 people to go run and get a phone. It is not even natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even ordinary. Ordinarily, one person will go run and go get their phone, and the other ones will remain. And then why would it take 2 people to go run and get her phone, knowing that she was drunk? Their story is that she was just sitting by the elevator. They just left her sitting there while they both left. So that, to me, that never made sense. Because even if you're not a good friend, even if you don't carry that title as being a good friend, come on now. Common sense to tell you. Why would I go with the sober friend? Because think about it, y'all. Kanika seemed like the only one that was wasted. And I mean wasted. She was more wasted than the birthday people. She was more wasted than Irene and Killer. She was more wasted than Monifa and Shamaya. So does it make sense that for her to be so wasted, okay, that both of them had to go leave to go get her belongings instead of one staying there with her while the other go get her belongings? Do they even make sense? It never made sense to me. It never. So if y'all wonder why I'm not really sticking with the narrative, that's why, because the narrative don't make sense to me. It's not even ordinary that happens like that. So if you guys still believe that, I'm telling you right now, you would never understand exactly what the hell went on. For real, for real. All right. So who took Kanika out that room at 2:45? We seen them all looking back. Everybody was looking back, shocked. What's going on? Okay. And it's a gap of her missing from 2:45 to, 2:45 to 3:25, a 40-minute gap. All right, let's move it along at 1:53, because remember, we still looking at the events. And let me just say, I know that she's supposed to, quote unquote, be walking the halls during that time. I don't believe that she walked the halls for a whole hour. I don't believe that she was just walking around. I followed that. Around 2 o'clock. It says at 1:53 right here, but not 1:53 right here. It's set back an hour. Okay, so they didn't actually arrive to the hotel until 2:53. And I remember actually doing a video about these guys before and claiming that they were in another room. I thought after I did that video, I thought that I probably was off. And I prayed and I'm like, Lord, should I just remove the whole video altogether? And he said, no, don't remove it. When I tell you all things work for the good of those who love the Lord and is called according to his plan, I didn't remove it because I knew that all things was going to work together. And it's working. It's working right now as we speak. Anyway, so these guys came in at 2:53, not 1:53. I had the time off. Okay, all right. But remember, where was Kanika from 2:45 to 3:25? And remember, we never seen them in the room. Let's get it. We never seen any of them, and we never seen Cocky in. All right, so according to Cocky said that video that was made around 1, 2 in the morning, he talked about the Irene video. All right, just throw it out the window. throw the video out the window. The video that I stopped right there and I said, Lord, are you sure I should throw this video out the window? Because I've accused, of so much of going on in that room. And the Lord said, lean not on your own understanding. So I'm going to take Kaki's advice for a minute. Just throw that video out the window. Ain't nothing happened in that room. Just throw that video out the window. Kaki say, we didn't make it to the hotel until 3 a.m. And Kanika was in the room drinking, kicking it, and having a good time. Really?
Lies.
Well, according to her friends,
lies,
that told her sister that they didn't see Kanika until 2:30. That Kanika left at 2:30. According to Irene, she swear to God, the last time she seen Kanika was 2-something. So how the hell is it that Kaki and his crew get to the hotel around 3 o'clock and they see Kanika in a room just to herself and having a good old time? How is that when we know that Kanika got snatched up out the room around 2:45? Can I, Kaki, tell the truth or shame the devil? How is it that you went in the room at 3 o'clock and saw Kanika in there just jamming, dancing, having a good old time when we know she was snatched up around 2:45?
Because according to Kaki, around the time that he and his crew would have arrived, if Kanika would have been drinking, having a good time and all of that stuff, then we would have been able to catch that in Ty's live, because around that time, Ty would have been live. See, he talking about that video was made around 1 or 2. The video that he talking about, that video was made around 1 or 2. That was Irene's video. He discarded Ty's video. He didn't talk about Ty's video. He said that video was made around 1 or 2 in the morning. He was talking about Irene live. Okay, he said, I didn't make it to the hotel until 3 a.m. So now we're going into Ty's live. I'm trying to make sure y'all following me. So now around that time, by the time you show, we're going into Ty's live, in which we never seen Mr. Lawrence Johnson in Ty's live. Do anybody remember seeing Kaki in Ty's live? I know I didn't see Kaki in Ty's live. And I watched that live several times. You do not see Kaki or none of his crew that went in that hotel in Ty's live. So, which makes me think it had to be another room or hotel or whatever the case may be. They was somewhere else. Do y'all not see all of those people? Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before. Make sure y'all hear me. Let me know if y'all feeling me. Y'all hear me. If y'all disagree, all of that. Put it in the comments. Y'all seen all them people in the Crown Plaza surveillance footage, right? It had to be a good 50, 60 people. Y'all know all them people can't fit in one room. Y'all remember seeing all them people that came into the Crown Plaza. It was a lot. And they was coming in by groups, right? It was a lot of people. But when you look at Ty's live around that time, and I'm talking about his live because his live would have been done between the hours of 2:30 to 3 o'clock, right? And so Kaki and them would have been towards the last group to come in. You didn't see that many people in one room. I don't care what nobody say about everybody that came to that party was in one room. You didn't see it. And ain't that many people walked out and left. So you did not see all of those people in one room. Then where the hell was they? Hello, somebody? I'll wait. Where was they? And I'm tripping because people really have slept on this and said, well, Malika, you just keep going to the kids and all. You keep thinking that the friends did this or whatever. Come on, make it make sense. Y'all seen about a good 50, 60 people going in the Crown Plaza, and y'all ain't see all that many people. It was a lot of people in that room, but it sure wasn't that many. We ain't see Kaki and them. We ain't see his crew. Where was they?
Yep, he's based on more witness statements. Kanika then went up to room 926 for a hotel party, and she left the room after 3 o'clock. She never went nowhere else. She went to the room 926 for a party, and she left out that room after 3 o'clock. Well, according to her friends, according to Irene, because the friends actually told the family this. The friends told Lenora this, told the family this. The last time we seen her was at 2:30. And remember, Teresa said she got that call 2 hours later, which was 4:30.
434, remember, right? Makes sense. Exactly. So how is it, Cocky, and whoever these based on witness statements, because it's not saying that this is what they evaluated, this is what they came to determine. No, it's saying based on witness statements, Kanika left the room after 3 o'clock. So based on some of Cocky and some of his friends, she left the room after 3 o'clock. Well, my question for y'all is, what room was that? Surely it wasn't 926. Kanika was taken to another room on a different floor, possibly room 926, like I said 3 weeks ago. Kanika was there.
Or we know from yesterday's live, either she was taken to another room in that hotel, or she left and went to a gathering at a different hotel, because I'm going to kind of bring y'all back to the live we did yesterday. The live we did yesterday in remembrance of, we brought up the girl Shanquila, whatever her name was. She booked 2 rooms. She did not just book one. She booked 2 rooms for the same day. So room 609 could have been in the Crown Plaza, or it could have been in a different hotel. Or, maybe they just use 609 for occult purposes. Because we do, and I know somebody just said in the chat room, it's deeper than y'all think. How deeper can you go than occultic, this satanic? Like the devil is the end all to be all. I don't really know how deep you can go to when you say something is literally satanic. It don't get no deeper than Satan. It don't go no below than hell. you see what I'm saying? So I'm not one of them other YouTubers. I definitely know what a sacrifice, what occultic numbers, occultic numerology, rituals. I know what all of that is. I've seen it plenty of times before, not just in this case, but with other cases as well. Okay. And we know that 609, it ain't number 69. Now let's talk about it. We know that 609 ain't nothing but 69. And if anybody know what 69 is in the occultic, or 369 or 36 or 666, then come on now. Okay, y'all with me. But anyway, so I had to bring that up because I said in this video should have been probably played first, and then I should have played the one that I did yesterday today. Okay. But like I said, at this point right here, all we knew is that she was gone. So it still lined up with what I said in yesterday's live, because we know at some point she disappeared. Okay. And I don't personally believe she walked no hall for a whole hour and you got 50 or 60 people in the hotel coming and going. And I mean, like, on beat, coming and going on beat. Okay. But nobody could find her. Nobody know where she went. Nobody know. Then you got some people saying last time we seen her was at 2. Some people saying last time we seen her at 2:30. Then you got Cocky and them saying last time we seen her was after 3. Come on now. Because he clearly lied if he said he came in after 3 o'clock and she was partying, enjoying herself and having fun. Well, during Ty's live, okay, she had a Red Bull in her hand, and according to Irene, she was so wasted to where she fell and hit her head, or she hit herself against the lap, or whatever story Irene told. They stories was not adding up. And I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one that peeped that. They stories couldn't have been adding up. Because if what happened the way Irene said it happened, then by the time Cocky walked in, she would have been wasted. He wouldn't have been saying, oh, she was drunk and having a good time. He would have been saying she was drunk and wasted and passed out. Right? He would have said that she was passed out, she was wasted, she was drunk, and his story would have made a little bit more sense, but his time would have been off. But it would have aligned with what everybody else said. But according to them, oh, she was wasted, she was drunk, she was done. But according to Cocky, by the time he walked in, she was partying and having a good time. Their stories didn't line up at all. There for approximately 40 minutes before she went missing a second time. Are y'all with me? God almost blew my mind last night, y'all. God almost blew my mind last night. I'm telling y'all, we got some stuff. We about to unravel some stuff. Follow me. We about to unravel some stuff. If y'all with me. So what room did Cocky see Kanika in
after 3:00? What room did some of them witnesses see Kanika in after 3:00? Because her girls didn't even know where the hell she was at, so they say after 2:30. So what room, again, did Kaki and his friends see Kanika in after 3:00? Was it y'all room? Did you see her in your room after 3:00? Was she in the room with y'all after 3:00? Actually, was she in the room with y'all after 2:45? Because the girl said it was 2 something. Her girls told her family it was 2 something. We see her being snatched out the room at 2 something. So how is that she appeared in a room that Kaki seen her in? Come on, let's make this shit make sense. Y'all know what I'm about. Let's make it make sense. I don't know anything about no 11th floor. I don't have any type of only reason, and I don't even know, it could be the 11th floor. I'm telling you, only thing I know is that Kanika was in another room for about 40 minutes. The reason why we even been resting on 609 is because really Peasy said a room number out his mouth. Is it 609? We don't know. You right, Melissa. This could be the 11th floor. This could be the whole reason why they took the mom to the 11th floor, because Kanika was in another room on a different floor for approximately 40 minutes before she went missing a second time. I'm going to tell you how she went missing a second time. I'm getting to that. But you're right, Melissa, it could be the 11th floor. The reason why we say possibly room 609 is because Peasy, in that interview with Zach, he mentioned room 609 more than once. So that room number have always stuck out to us. Okay, but don't let that room number, I'm not really saying for sure, but just kind of, get the understanding that she actually disappeared in Ty's life, like we've been saying and preaching for months. I'm actually showing you guys the picture of it and putting the times with it. Okay, she disappeared around 2 something. All right, but she was taken to a different room, as we've been saying all along. All right. So meanwhile, in room 926, okay, Kanika is in a different room. Meanwhile, the next few slides are events happening in room 926 while Kanika is quote unquote missing and on her way to be put into the freezer. I should have just said on her way to the freezer. I don't know if they put her in there or what at this point right here. But I should have just said on her way to the freezer. But the next few slides is actually, it's like a meanwhile, while she's in this room, this is what's happening in room 926. Ty's communicating with somebody on live, showing off lookalike number 1. Y'all know I call lookalike number 1 not a body. Okay? He's on live. He's in the room. We got 3 of them. Chief, he's communicating on live. And I only showed y'all this picture right here because some of y'all still feel like not a body, it was Kanika. Not a body was not Kanika. Not a body was a lookalike. Maybe they did a lot of what you guys see is skits. Okay, so maybe they did the whole skit with her drinking and dropping something so they can make you guys think that it was a Kanika that was at the hotel party turning up or whatever the case may be. But clearly the jacket does not match. Okay, and I showed you guys before when I did a whole presentation on her that she don't actually have on a crop top jacket. Like her jacket actually comes to her waist. It doesn't, and Kanika had on a crop jacket, so it was cut much shorter. I showed you guys the stitching in the back, how it was different. So Ty's.
And this, I'm gonna pause this for a minute because this still goes. A lot of people try to really ignore the fact that it was people there dressed like her. And that really irritated me as a content creator because I'm like, y'all know how we say, are we just gonna ignore the fact? And this was one of those, are we just gonna ignore the fact type of things to me. We can click anybody in this chat room right now. Okay, so this has been years later. Do y'all all see that these jackets are different, or was it just me? I want to know. I want to know from everybody.
Danielle, Anna, Miss Beverly. I know you left. You had to leave. Love you. I'll see you later, hon. If you still in there, anybody that's in this chat room, do y'all notice that these jackets is different? So if people wonder why I say that Kanika was ushered out and that lookalike was ushered in, okay? If anybody wonder why I say that, this right here, look at the jackets. I don't care. We're not gonna ignore the fact that them jackets are different. We're not gonna ignore that. So while she was in the midst of drinking, turning up, partying, she changed her jacket. Or y'all trying to say that she her jacket got ripped in the back? Because that's a distress jacket. So it was already ripped when she purchased it. But can anybody, thank you, and the different shades of and 411, sweetheart, I swear I thought it was just me. But you know what? I was the one, I ain't gonna say everybody else wasn't doing it, but I know I was the one YouTuber that could not get past the fact that them jackets was different. That's why you would never, you could fast forward down. Matter of fact, we can revisit this conversation 5 years from now, and I'm still gonna say them jackets was different. I'm still gonna say it was other people in the room that was pretending to be her. I'm still gonna say that these people set her up. You can ask me 10 years from now, and I'm still gonna say the same thing, because clearly them jackets was different. Clearly. I don't care what nobody say. We looking at the back of them. So I couldn't move past. I couldn't ignore this. I couldn't. Jeans was different shades. It could have been definitely different nights. I don't know. But my whole point is they was definitely trying to confuse us. They was definitely trying to confuse us with the different people, the different jackets, because the different people had the exact same hairstyle. Okay, let's just say this was a jean theme type of party. Did their hair have to be exactly like hers? You see what I'm saying? And we know that she went live prior to going to this party. We saw her in a car with Shamaya, and she went live prior to attending this party. So it wouldn't have been nothing for somebody to say, you know, what to wear or what she had on or whatever the case may be. But y'all, even if it was a jean theme type of party, did their hair have to be exactly alike? Part in the middle, straight hair. Come on now. Come on now. Okay. If that's what some people want to believe, okay. Communicating. Okay. Meanwhile, in 926, Kanika is not in the room. Ty's communicating. Here's Not a Body, looking like number one. And I call her Not a Body. I called her Not a Body. All of these jackets was different. One was cropped, the other one was not, because the person to the right, her jacket came below her waist. Kanika's jacket was cropped. That's another thing. Not only was the back of it designed different, but the fact that one of them was a crop jacket and the other one was not. And even the jeans, the way the rips are in the jeans was even different. But I don't want to jump ahead of myself. I just wanted to show y'all when Ty says all three of them are here lookalikes 2 and 3, which I call forehead and shoulders. Okay. My casa, su casa, is a whole house. Meanwhile, while Kanika is in room 609, they bouncing. My husband is or at a different hotel, wherever the hell she at, because she's not with them. Whole house. They acting, they faking it for the cameras. Meanwhile, while Kanika is in room 609, I'm putting this shit together for y'all. Please pay attention. They playing this shit off. They acting all this shit out. Playing this shit off. Meanwhile, this baby is in room 609, possibly get anything, God knows what done to her. If y'all follow me. Kanika is in another room for 40 minutes. Was Kanika in another room possibly being raped, assaulted, God knows what else, for about 40 minutes, and then put out that room when they was finished with her? Did an inebriated Kanika accidentally go down to the lower level thinking she was escaping to the lobby? Or trying to find her way back to room 926? Was there someone or others following Kanika? Let's go to slide 89 real quick before I show y'all what I'm about to show y'all.
You came in a little bit late, so if y'all come in a little bit late, I'm gonna have to stop it and kind of like catch y'all up to speed. I actually said it in the beginning of the video. I said that we know, because you didn't come in the very beginning, Danielle. I actually said in the very beginning, we showed a clip where we saw her walking off to the right, everybody else walking off to the left. So I said that I always felt like the person in the elevator was not her. And I also said when it came to the bathroom picture that probably was her. I did say that. I said, okay, because we later on, because remember, these are old clips, these are old videos, this is old stuff before a lot of stuff came out after this live. So I actually said in the bathroom, we do know at some point she was seen in the bathroom with Monifa, because we hear a conversation where Monifa is trying to get her to come in the bathroom, and she was like, she said something like, you so irritating. Like she was just so irritating. Like I ain't drunk or whatever the case may be. And I said, maybe she did go in the bathroom with Monifa, and they did take that little Snapchat video. So I said that, but I said that in the beginning. Okay. I said that in the very beginning. So yeah, that bathroom picture 9 times out of 10 could have been her. Do I feel like that other person that was in the party with Tad was her? No, I do not. And I was standing on that because clearly the jackets was different. Okay. And then the other person, like I said, in the elevator, to me, did not appear to be her. And not only did I not feel like it was her, we actually see video of the girls going one way and her going the other way. So I kind of pointed that out, but it was in the very beginning. And I don't think you was here for that. But I just want to bring everybody up to speed in case y'all missed the very beginning of the live.
Oh, dang. I forgot I just injected a different slide. Dang, it ain't even 89.
No, I said I didn't know for sure if I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't. I don't know what you're talking about. The picture of her in a live with Ty, the white shoulder chick was not Kanika whatsoever. The bathroom chick, the bathroom picture, I'm sorry, I'm not 100% on. I can't say. They had other people looking like her. And I also said in the very beginning, it's hard to distinguish the authentic person, the real person, from the fake person, from the body double or stunt double, whoever the hell, if you never even seen a real person or met the real person in life. What I do know is it wasn't just her and all that stuff that they showed us and all the video clips and all the pictures. I know for a fact, and we just saw the jackets were like that, they all wasn't her. But I said that bathroom, if anybody can remember, I always said that bathroom picture, I'm not 100% on, but we do have like a video clip of her in the bathroom. So at one point she was in the bathroom. But that particular picture that they gave us, the freeze still shot photo, I wasn't 100% sure. Still not 100% sure. So I did actually say that. That bathroom is not her. Yeah, I didn't think it was, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure on if that bathroom is her. But you know what, Danielle, the main reason why I felt like that bathroom picture was her was based off the very beginning. And a lot of people did not remember in the very beginning when it was one chick that was accused of actually being her. And I remember the one chick had made a Facebook post, like, you know, towards Miss Teresa, and was like, I don't know why people were saying that was me and Kanika at that party. I don't even know them. I wasn't there, or whatever the case may be. And I still felt like that was probably her. But that was the reason why I always felt like that bathroom picture wasn't her. However, later on, we did see a snap, which we know is a snap now, because back then I didn't even know what the hell snap was. But later on, we did kind of see like a snap of her in the bathroom, what looks like her in the bathroom. So that bathroom, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. That whole bathroom person, I don't know 100%. Like, I'm still on the fence about that. That person in Ty's lab, I'm 100%. Like, I'm gonna stand 100% 10 toes down saying that ain't her. When it comes to that person in the elevator, I'm gonna say at least about 80%.
of my belief that that wasn't her, or 90 that that wasn't her. When it comes to that bathroom, I felt in the beginning that that wasn't her. But when I seen that snap video, I said, well, damn, maybe it might be. But I still was never 100% sure. But one thing that we all can agree on, it wasn't just Kanika dressed in a blue jean outfit and a bra. How many of y'all know that? Before I move on, before I move any further, how many of y'all, like, at least let's all of us get on the same page, because I don't claim to know it all, and I like to hear what y'all got to say. How many of y'all can agree that she wasn't the only one dressed in a blue jean jacket, blue jean pants with a bra on that night? I don't know how many. Like, I actually put in this video that when Ty said all three of them, I actually put in the video that I believe it was three of them. I believe it was three of them. I believe somebody said something to him and he said all three of them. And the reason why is because I followed Ty's conversation. I followed the conversation, and I saw, and even with the and you can help me out, Danielle, since you know a lot of aquatic stuff too. In following Ty's conversation, you can definitely see that his conversation was subliminal. If you get what I'm saying, if y'all know aquatic and y'all know hood, put it together and you got Ty. Okay, you got Ty's whole conversation. So you saw that his conversation was subliminal. And you saw as he was speaking, he was throwing his hand over his eye. He was doing subliminal messages. Peasy in the background doing subliminal messages. But at the same time, you try to follow his conversation. What do you mean all three of them? What all three of who? All three of what? So I actually thought when he said all three of them, I believe wholly, so whole in my heart, that when he was saying all three of them, he was talking about the people that was here. Is they in position? All three of them here. And then that kind of like aligns with the fact that I felt like it was three other people dressed in a blue jean outfit and a bra. If not three other people, two other people, and three including Kanika, if y'all get what I'm saying. They was doing all kind of, so his whole conversation, which we probably should play that one day, go back to Ty's Live. And I did an excellent breakdown, but it's not on this because I was looking for it, but it's not, it was the channel that got struck. Y'all know they attacked me like wolves. Okay. I don't know why I was the only YouTuber that went through two channels that got doxxed, because they doxed the hell out of me, start stalking my child, all type of shit. And I ain't never doxed nobody. I ain't never came for nobody kid. I ain't never did no weird shit. I always stayed focused on this case. Yet I was the only one that had two channels taken down, got doxxed, family got harassed, like all type of stuff. Okay. But anyway, that's besides the point. It's about Kanika, not me. But I've always felt like his conversation was straight up subliminal. And when he said all three of them, it was either three people that looked like her, or it was two, and she was the third, okay. But you know what? I wasn't even getting just YouTube guidelines, restrictions, or whatever you call them. No, I was getting strikes from other YouTubers, from content creators, people watching, viewers. I mean, just random people just striking my stuff down. Like they had a whole group, like, okay, everybody come strike Malika. Next thing you know, at one channel, I didn't even get a warning. One channel, I got a strike and my video came down right after. Never got a warning. It immediately came down. And I think a lot of y'all will remember that, because I was like so butthurt, like, oh my God, I had so much good content on here and my stuff just got completely taken away without a warning. Crazy. It was strike teams during that time. You remember, Ann? They was like, they was in groups and private groups and stuff. Yes. Doxing people with secret pages. That is the main reason why I said I couldn't do this case no more. It had nothing to do with my love for Kanika. It had nothing to do with my wanting justice for Kanika. It was really because it became a show. Okay. It became a circus. It was like people stopped looking for justice and just start acting ignorant. And I was just like, I can't do this. I'm too grown. Okay. Like, I can't do this. I can't do it. But it became crazy. A lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, I gotta find it now because I forgot I had interjected some more slides in here, so it's not where I actually placed it at. It would be somewhere else. Let's see. Now let me show you guys this real quick. We about to get to the meat and potatoes. For real.
That wasn't even the meat and potatoes. All that I said, and we just not getting to it.
And inebriated Kanika was snatched up out that room at 2:45, you guys, and taken to another room. Okay. I'm getting ready. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so right here. Okay, right here it's talking about the video surveillance that show Kanika entering the hotel or whatever. Let's talk about the video surveillance. Okay, so guys, look right at the bottom. It says this is talking about the first time they actually see Kanika. They said based on witness statements, they can only based on witness statements. I just showed you guys that they said Kanika didn't leave out the room till after 3 o'clock. Okay, we already know that's based on a few witness statements because other witness said she left out at 2:30, around 2 something. Okay. Kanika is observed. I want y'all to pay attention to this. Kanika is observed on video surveillance exiting an elevator on the lower level at approximately 3:25. Okay. Kanika is seen by herself as she exited the elevator. So the first thing they tells us is Kanika is seen exiting the elevator on the lower level around 3:25. Well, y'all, we know that Kanika actually left that room on the 9th floor around 2:45. Okay, so even if so, where was she at during that time? Because they say they see her exit off the elevator at 3:25. Where was she at then? Even if she left out the room after 3 o'clock. Let me show y'all something. Okay, let me show y'all something. I'm trying to explain this to y'all the best way I can. For some reason, they did not tell us the first time they caught Kanika on camera and where she was at and what floor she was on. They did not tell us this. And it messed me up last night when I saw it for myself. Do y'all remember this picture right here? I'm about to show you guys where Kanika was at. Right here, it's 2:24. If you guys can remember on this footage, there is a man standing at the end of the hallway watching Kanika walk away. Do you guys remember that? This clip was actually before she got onto the elevators. Kanika did not get on the elevators from the 9th floor. She got on the elevators from this floor, from whatever the dude's floor they had around, either room 609 or 6th floor, or from the 11th floor. This is the floor that she was on prior to her getting on the elevator. And for some reason, in a statement, they said the first time they spotted her was on the elevator, but they didn't mention on the fucking floor. And what about the dude that's sitting there staring at her? This is the fucking room I believe that Kanika left out of. I just asked you guys, is it possible that the guys hid her in a room doing all kind of shit to her and put her out the room? If you guys can remember, the guy is right there at the end watching her walk away. Is that the room that she was coming out of? Is that the room that she was coming out of? Is this the fucking 11th or 6th floor? I'm sorry about, I apologize about the profanity because, like I told y'all in the beginning, if y'all just now coming in, I was very, very passionate about what I was doing and trying to get some answers. So, yeah, my mouth was a little bit slippery. I don't cuss as much now, but yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get that disclaimer out there. I apologize for my profanity because this was like 3 years ago. You know, don't people grow. People grow overnight and then definitely within years. I don't know, Black Jew. I was screenshotting some stuff and stealing people screenshotting from people videos and stuff like that. So it could just be from my screenshots and stuff. But if y'all can remember the image of the guy, he's at the end of the hallway watching her, and she's walking in a direction as if she's coming from him. God showed me this last night, y'all, and it blew my mind because I remember in the very beginning of this case watching this man and thinking like he moving. You know, that is the man. Oh my God, he watching her. The room that Kanika came out of. This was the first time Kanika was spotted on camera prior, and I don't care how they have it mixed in the footage. This was the first time Kanika was spotted on camera at 3:24 prior to her getting on that elevator. She was leaving the nigga's room. She was leaving that nigga's room, y'all. I cried last night when I seen this, and I know it wasn't nothing but God. I know it wasn't nothing but God that showed me this. I know it wasn't nothing but God, and I don't care what nobody say. She was leaving that nigga room, or them niggas' room, and that nigga was standing there watching her. Now, can y'all, like I said, I always felt like when she left that room in Taz Live, and I'm just wondering, because a lot of y'all just now coming in Taz Live at around 2:30, we went live at 2:45. So let's just give a window around 2:30 to 3 o'clock, because 3 o'clock is when Cocky and them came in. And Cocky and them claimed that they seen her, you know, drunk, having fun, having a good time. But yet every other statement we read other than Cocky's said that she left, or the last time they seen her was between 2 and 2:30. So we know that at some point during Taz Live, she disappeared. And another person was brought in who was dressed exactly like her. However, the back of the jackets was different. That was a dead giveaway. Matter of fact, they should have made the jackets look exactly alike if they wanted to fool some dang on body, because the jacket was a dead giveaway for me. So at some point during Taz Live, the real Kanika completely vanished. Okay. And I kept saying was taken out the room, because I don't think she did all this, you know. If she's inebriated, I don't think that she did all this consciously. I think somebody led her to that elevator. Her so-called friend said that that's where she was sitting by the elevator. They left to go get her belongings, and that was the last time they seen her. As if she just stumbled on the elevator, stumbled out the hotel, and left on her own, or started walking the halls and did all this stuff on her own. No, I always believe that knock at the door when everybody started looking. And the reason why I say that too is because, y'all, they have been smoking. Okay, they have been drunk. Okay, the person that rented the room rented it illegally. I mean, it was all kind of illegal stuff going on that they let slip. They let pass and didn't care. But all of a sudden, that knock at the door. Next thing you know it. Okay, think about a movie. You get a knock at the door. Next thing you know it, you don't see the person that you're looking for no more. But now you see an imitation of that person. Okay, and so now they want us to believe that that person left by themselves and started walking. I've always believed that person was escorted or taken out that room and possibly put on an elevator so she can kind of, you know, and whoever put on the elevator was also kind of following her and leading her to wherever they wanted her to go. Now, my last video, I actually brought in the other hotels, which was the DoubleTree, because it came back to my memory too. That don't mean that nothing happened on one of these floors either, because we saw a lot of people at the Crown Plaza, and we know dang on well all them people we saw at the Crown Plaza was not in one room. And if anybody want to challenge me on that, we can go back to Taz's lab from what we seen at the crowd. We can go back to Irene's lab, and we could go back whatever y'all want to do, and we could definitely say, okay, well, even though Cocky and them would have came in by the time Taz's lab ended, we don't have visual proof that they was ever in that room. So we don't know if they was in that room, or if they was in room 609, like Peasy mentioned, or if they came in just to be seen, left, right, out. We don't have visual proof of that. Right? We didn't see that. So the people that we've seen in that lab, we can identify all of them at this point, right? In Taz's lab, because now we're going towards 2:30 to 3 o'clock. We can identify everybody we've seen in Taz's lab, right? But when it comes to the other people that came after his lab had ended, we can't place them in that room. We don't know if they had another room somewhere in there. We don't know if they was, and remember, Raspy Got Boy said she was feeling somebody, but she wasn't down for the train. So at this point, Mike, the person that she was so-called feeling, had already left. He was already gone. So how did she end up just wondering? And nobody know nothing. And you got like 50, 60 people, maybe even more, at the Crown Plaza between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. And we just don't know where she at. Nobody knows nothing. It never made sense to me. It never made sense to me. It just felt like a pass along type of thing. It felt like it was given, we gonna get her intoxicated. We gonna try to run her over here, pass her to the homies, now let y'all hit it. Pass her to the other homies, now let y'all hit it. And again, people say, why Kanika? Because, I wish I mentioned in my last live, Kanika was a sacrificial lamb, I believe. And I also believe, which I brought up before, but I didn't say it yesterday, I also believe that it might have been some vendetta against her because she did flip-flop games. Who knows why she was chosen? But these is just motives as to why they would choose her. Okay, but the picture itself gave me, we about to play with her. We about to mess with her. We about to really F with her. You know what I'm saying? It really gave me that, because if it was just a guest, why would that guest just be in his door staring while an inebriated person is just walking through the hall? Who does that? Like, if you at a hotel and you doing you, why are you peeking out the and because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, in the beginning of this case, before I even became a content creator, I thought a guest did something to her. I really did. I thought one of them, I said, whoever that man was that was staring at her while she was walking down that hall, that just didn't sit right with me. I said, it's too many people moving funny that she around. And the fact that they got different people dressed like her, which, like you said, it could have been a different day of reenactment. Who knows? Okay. But it was too much stuff within her own circle of friends for me to feel like it was just a guest doing. And also I started saying, would a guest, or even a hotel for that matter, but would people outside of her group, okay, would people have enough balls? And I'm gonna say that. Would they have enough balls to snatch up a young black girl, knowing that it's like 56? The hotel is flooded with young black people looking hood. Okay, like, who would have enough balls to do that? For real. Knowing that them black people would have turned that hotel upside down, turned that hotel out. It was too many people there. I cannot see it. Like, I mean, think about it, y'all. If it's y'all group of friends and they friends and they friends and they friends and something happened to you, people would have turned that hotel out. So I kept saying, like, they would have had enough balls to snatch her up or do something to her, knowing that this particular night, this hotel is flooded with all type of young black, African-American people walking around the hotel. So that was another thing that kind of made me look at the friends and say, but y'all, a lot of y'all didn't know that, because this was my theory before I even became a content creator. I was thinking like, oh, somebody at that hotel did something to her. And I bet you it was that guy that was standing there watching her walk. But then I started believing, like, what if the guy that was watching her walk down the hall was a part of them? What if they had more than one room at that hotel? What if they had more than one room at different hotels within the area? And then I started doing my research, and I saw that the girl that rented the room did not just rent the room at the Crown Plaza. She rented 2 rooms. Then as I started going deeper into my research, I realized that not only did the girl rent 2 rooms, you had the BDs partying at another room, which was within that facility. And then the BDs, they was partying from the 3rd all the way down to the 8th or the 9th. So I'm like, they would have been around that area during the time that Kanika was there. So everything just started, adding up. So but at first I really did think that that person that was watching at the end of the hall possibly snatched her, did something to her, and threw her body in that freezer. That's where I was going with it. However, I would have still felt like that to this day if them people wouldn't have been moving, but they made themselves look obvious to me. If people wonder why I stuck with them and riding their coattail and calling them out, it's because they made themselves look obvious as hell to me. That getting a whole person or a couple people or 3 of them to dress like her, like it was so clear to me that they was involved.
Walk away, probably trying to see which direction she was gonna go in, and I'm about to prove to y'all he had somebody following her. I told y'all I'm gonna make this shit make sense. I'll be up all night crying and praying about this girl.
I was literally crying. On this live right here. I don't know if y'all know, but when I was doing my lives back then, I was draining my spirit was really drained. I would get off these lives with y'all. My family is my witness. And I would literally, I wouldn't be able to eat nothing. I wouldn't be able to move. I would just be so limp because my spirit was drained. I would be on live trying to do a presentation and crying at the same time. So if y'all didn't hear my disclaimer at the beginning of the video, turn your volume down because I'm telling y'all, I'm hollering, I'm screaming, I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm frustrated. Every single emotion you could think about. And I'm crying at the same time. I don't know if I can't speak on everybody else, but y'all, my heart was in this. It wasn't just, I didn't care about, I wouldn't even monetize during this time. I didn't care about doing this for clout. I didn't care about doing this for money. I didn't care about none of that stuff. I wasn't monetized. I wasn't looking for clout because I'm more of a person that liked to be low key. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a person that liked to be out and I actually enjoyed lives where I had a small amount of people in there because I didn't feel pressure when it was a small amount of people in there. So I'm not a clout chaser. I was literally so emotional just looking into this stuff, and I couldn't even present my information without going crazy. So if y'all just now tuning in to me and just now knowing me for the first time and going and doing this blast from the past with us, please understand that I was literally all in. I was emotional as hell. So I apologize, y'all, for because now I actually try to move with my head and not my heart. But my heart was in it, and I was really emotional. So yeah,
I'm gonna make this shit make sense. Period.
I was crying. I was really
them
crying.
Niggas took her to that room, did whatever the hell they wanted to do to her.
And I think I had the revelation at that time that she was taken to a room, and I had it felt in my spirit that she was taken out of Ty's room, placed in another room, and stuff was happening to her. And I think I was having an out of body feeling, like I was literally placing myself in her body. And I think that's why I started crying. Do anybody get the fact that she was taken out of this room? The only reason why these people went live is to show her. And then when they ended that live, she was taken out that time it ended that live, she was taken out that room and placed somewhere where niggas was doing all kind of stuff to her. I was really feeling like I was walking in her shoes for a minute. Seriously, y'all.
And they put her out the fucking room. This is when you see her walking out on this floor right here, she leaving that nigga room.
We was all emotional. You right, Muffy. All of us.
I've been over here, y'all. If my husband have to tell y'all how I be over here because of Kanika, he would have to tell y'all how I can't even watch a whole movie with my husband because my mind is drifting off. This shit was right in our face all along.
Thank you, Muffy. I'm glad you said that because we all was emotional. The only difference is that my emotions was coming out through my videos. You know what I'm saying? So I think I was kind of like the voice. And that's why I used to call myself the voice of J4K. Not the only voice, but one of the voices for J4K, because I think that my passion and my tears and everything, it wasn't just me. Like I was representing the whole community. Like the pain that I was feeling that night, the tears that I was doing, I felt like I was like, I know y'all was feeling that way too. But it was just coming out on my videos. I couldn't contain it. As bad as I wanted to, I couldn't.
Oh, them niggas put her out that room. I'm telling y'all, all this shit gonna make sense. It's all gonna add up. And if y'all don't believe me, I don't care because I'm building a case against each one of them niggas anyway.
I wanted all of them. I wanted all
nigga
of them.
Right down there watching her.
I wanted all of them.
He watching her walk away. He watching her walk away. That's the room she came out of, y'all. That's the room she came out of, y'all. Man, I've been up all night.
I'm so sorry. Like, I can't even hear myself. I don't even want to hear myself crying. So I'm about to fast forward it a little bit. I don't even want to take myself back through that. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'll have to fast forward it because it brings back too many memories. So
they didn't tell us about the room she was coming from. They try to leave that shit out. And it could be the reason why they cutting times and times is jumping and shit.
that baby had all of us emotional. Those that came into this thing really sincere and not looking for clout, we was all messed up, y'all.
Right here, you see the dude following her. That same dude that was in Taz's lab. He was scrunched down on the floor like he did not, like his whole plan was to not be seen. We was not supposed to see him in Taz's lab because all along he portraying to be somebody else or like a fucking ghost in here. So we wasn't really supposed to see him in Taz's lab. So he eased in the lab until it was his time, and then he eased his ass back out the lab, and then he went into room wherever they was at, 609, whatever room they was at, and he was in that room with Kanika, and now he's following her per orders.
And that's the thing. If she was lost and just roaming the halls, it's like it's too many people there for y'all not to find her. Too many people. And then this right here, if my memory serves me correct, wasn't this what Kenneth Tart was wearing in that lab that he did at the Marriott? I don't remember because it was so long ago, but I don't remember seeing this particular person. And I remember also seeing Kenneth Tart homeboy, Rashawn Mitchell, wearing the same red jogging suit. It wasn't too many of them wearing a red jogging suit like this. A lot of them was kind of dressed alike, which I think was to throw us off. Because come on now, these people know that it's cameras all throughout this hotel. So I don't think it was a coincidence that a lot of people was dressed alike. I actually think it was the same thing that R. Kelly said or somebody said about R. Kelly back in the day, that with him, when he would take his girls and stuff to the hotel, he would have them all dressed alike. You know, and they would all be dressed just alike in same jogging pants with hoodies on, so you wouldn't know who was who. And if y'all don't remember that, go back to the whole little R. Kelly, like at the beginning of his trial, and they was talking about how all the girls, and remember he's from Chicago too, okay, how all the girls would be dressed exactly alike because they was really trying to fool the cameras. And I believe that that's what was going on here. But if my memory serves me right, it was only a couple of them that was dressed with a red hoodie on with the white, you know what I'm talking about, hanging off the hoodie, drawstrings. So, and I remember, if my memory serves me correct, it was Kenneth Tart, and it was also Rashawn Mitchell that was dressed like this. It might have been some more, I don't remember, but I definitely remember them two was dressed in that red hoodie. Now, if that was the case, why the hell would he be here when he's supposed to be at the Marriott? And you can't see him on the live but a quick moments you could see him where he bent down as if you don't see him like partying, should I say, bouncing on the bed with everybody else. Go back to the lab. You kind of see him like bent down a little bit as if he wasn't even supposed to be in the lab, in Taz's lab is what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna go back to the chat. I'm not looking at the chat. I want to know if y'all actually remember or y'all know what I'm talking about. Because doing a blast from the past, y'all got to go back in time. And if my memory serves me correct, it was only 2 of them that was dressed like this in all red.
He following her.
And
you see him right there. That's that goody bag. I don't know his name. I can get it for y'all if you want it, but I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it. Trust and believe that. But he's a vice lord. Don't let him fool you. I got a picture of his ass too right here when we caught him walking in. The only difference is in the elevator, he had his hood on. They blurred out.
Oh, I forgot about him. Okay, I forgot about him. I spoke too soon. It was another one. So it was another one that was dressed just like Kenneth Tart and Rayshawn Mitchell. It was another one that was a vice lord that was dressed just like him. I forgot his name. I'm going to say it in this video, but yep, I did. It was another one. It was 3 of them that was dressed like this. Yep.
His damn face. That's the same dude that was squashed down in Taz's lab. He's a damn vice lord, and he was following her from that floor that she was on with them guys down to the lower level. This nigga was following. Here's one of them.
Yeah, I do remember now. Yep. Yep.
We see her right here, and we all know that somebody was watching her, following her. I don't know if they was guiding her, leading her. The Father have not made that clear to me yet. And I told you guys that I think that God is just going to do things into like segments. So I don't know if these guys' intentions was to lead her into the freezer or lead her outside, or if they was actually trying to see where she was going to go.
And y'all hear me say, or lead her outside. So this goes with the video that I did yesterday. However, y'all, I should have did this one first and then did the one I did yesterday today. So if y'all didn't watch my live yesterday, go back and watch my live yesterday. Yesterday is kind of where I put the pieces together like, oh, they led her out that hotel. I feel like they led her out that hotel because we actually heard Teresa Martin. I showed a clip where she said that she got a call at 4:34 saying that her daughter went to a gathering with friends. So I always wondered if she actually made it out that hotel and was taken to another hotel. Another reason why I said that too is because of how dirty she was. Like she was so dirty, it looked like to me that she actually was outside, that she was, because we know she ain't show up to the hotel with dirt on her jeans, with dirt on the inside of her shoes, with her shoes being filthy. She didn't show up like that. And I don't care what nobody says. She didn't get that from rolling around in the freezer. No, I felt like all of that stuff came from her being outdoors. But like I said, that is what I said in like a part 2. But I played the part 2 before the part 1, which was dumb on my behalf. But I didn't know what I was going to do. But anyway. But yeah, you hear me say they either took her to another room or took her up out of this place. But somebody was definitely guiding her throughout this hotel, throughout these hallways.
Or they was trying to following her. We saw one on the side in all black, okay, with a black hoodie on. And if you guys can remember, he actually had on like some black jean pants. It wasn't jogging pants, but it was like a black hoodie and like some dark jean pants. If you guys can remember, a part of the guys that walked in with this crew right here, with the Jenkins City crew, 2 of them had on black hoodies. And one of them had on the black pants with the little distressed look. I believe that's Wayne. I might not have it all together, but you best believe I'm working on it. You best believe I'm working on it. I believe that's Wayne, maybe. But yeah, one of them had on the black pants with the dark jeans, the dark distressed looking jeans. And another one had on a whole complete black hoodie. Okay, I'm just saying, we just seen niggas down there off to the side with all black on. Could it have been they followed her after they got done doing whatever they was doing to her to see where Kanika was going? Or to take, I don't know. But I just wanted to point that out. The fact that two of these guys had on all black. Okay, so we know she walks to the upper kitchen, and we know that somebody else was following her even through the kitchen area. We know that somebody was following her even through the kitchen area. Smacks was in that room with them guys, I believe. He came in with them. So, I mean, we really don't know who was all in that room for sure. But he was with that crew. He was with that crew. All right. So according to, because I went back and I watched the unedited footage, and and I just listened carefully because John had pointed this out a while back, like, watch Miranda's video, just listen real carefully, listen to the things she said. And I remember in watching this unedited clip, she was pointing out, oh my God, that's a bee down there with a ponytail.
And let me also say this, and then during that time, Bree was nowhere to be found. And let me also say this too. A lot of people were saying that Miranda video did not hold no weight, but don't forget, it made it to the news. So this right here that we're looking at is a news clip that Miranda is actually watching, and the news clip ended up taking it down. Okay, because it looked like we were seeing something that we wasn't supposed to see, which was an unedited clip. Okay, and so a lot of y'all was saying before, like, Miranda video don't hold no weight. Like, why would you believe Miranda's video? Well, Miranda video made it to the dang on news. So if anything, myself personally, I would rather see a clip on the news of something that was not edited or reenacted, but I want to see the real thing. I want to know what the news got. I want to see what the news got before they start editing and putting their little sauces on. You see what I'm saying? So for me, that's the reason why I felt like Miranda video held weight, because it made it on the news, for one. And for two, just because her video was separate from mainstream media, once they cleaned it up, everybody started saying, well, why should we believe it? Well, why not? Why not? If they didn't believe it held no truth, then why would they even put it out there from the beginning?
That's a bee with a ponytail. So I asked myself, or I asked the Lord as I was, working on this presentation, was Bree down in that kitchen with them? I don't know who's all down there with her and leading her down there. I don't know. I even believe it's a huge possibility that Mike and Bree never left. If they just actually left out the room and came in through the back. Out the hotel and came in through the back. They actually never left. You see what I'm saying? So that right now, I don't know for sure. Like, I don't have receipts on that. But I can tell you that it's a possibility that Bree was in that kitchen with them. It's a possibility that she was. And the only reason why I'm going to say that is because Bree got back. She stated she got back around 3:00. Okay, or around 3:10, right? Upon returning, she asked for Smacks. Is Smacks there? Okay, so we know that returning, Bree was looking for Kanika and Smacks. So it's not far-fetched to believe that she came at the hotel at 3:00, went looking for Kanika and Smacks, or already knew what room that they was going to have her in according to the plan, because she was looking for both Kanika and Smacks. You see what I'm saying? So it's not far-fetched to believe that Bree went to that room. or was led to that room to find Smacks and to find Kanika. Okay, and that's the reason why we see her in the kitchen.
And I didn't even tell y'all.
37. Is it?
I didn't even tell y'all that Smack's mom reached out to me, and I guess she didn't. And she was actually following my channel. Matter of fact, she tried to get so close to me to where she wasn't just a subscriber. Like, she tried to be a part of our inner circle and see what we was researching. And I know I called her out on the channel, and not by her channel name, but I just kind of called her out and let her know, okay, I know who you are, because yeah, I actually researched everybody. If I brought you a part of my private circle and you was researching with me in the back, behind the scenes, I looked into you. I sure did. And so when I realized who that person was, I said, oh, okay, no wonder she's trying so tough to be a part of my inner circle, because I'm doing videos talking about her son. I mentioned your son. But if your son had nothing to do with this, then you should have known that, eventually his name was going to be clear. But I must have been on to something for his mom to troll me so tough and actually try to become a part of my inner circle. Some people know this, a lot of y'all don't, because I didn't stress it out. I spoke on it in one video. I let her know that I know who you are, and I kind of let it go.
337. Okay, and that's the reason why we see her in the kitchen. So it's not far-fetched to believe that she was probably down in that kitchen with them. Okay, if Kanika walked off in that room after they put her out, Kanika walks off in that room. It's not, see, I really can't say if Bree went looking for her, if they told her like your girl walked off, she went that way. So I really don't know. So I'm not going to just try to, paint a picture, and I really don't know. But what I'm saying is it's not far-fetched to believe that Bree was probably down in that kitchen with her, because Bree went looking when she got back for Smacks and Kanika. And if anybody knew where Smacks and Kanika was at, she would have went straight to them. Okay, so yeah, she could have been down in that kitchen. They could have told her what was going on, where Kanika was at. She could have been in that kitchen with him. I just wanted to point that out. Right here, I want to take a look at Smack's statement real quick. Not Smack's, Cocky statement real quick. Okay. What I want you guys to look at is at the bottom, this last paragraph. Okay. According to Cocky, they departed the hotel between the hours of 4 and 4:30. Okay, from what he can recall. I was intoxicated, so my time might be off. Of course, because time, it matters. Okay, especially when they messing with the time and they altering the time. So, according to him, it was around 4 o'clock and 4:30 when he left, but his time might be off. Well, we actually see him leaving at 3:55, which is 4 o'clock. So, okay. His time wasn't really off. He left, let's say, around 4 o'clock, almost 4 o'clock. Okay, but this is the part that really kills me about Cocky's statement. At the bottom, he says, the group proceeded back to the area. They went back to Noya to chill some more. He advised that he didn't know Kanika was missing into the next morning from friends and such. What I don't understand is, how is it that he didn't know, or he didn't have no recollection that Kanika was missing, and he didn't leave the hotel until 4 o'clock?
Hello.
How is it that he wouldn't know that Kanika was missing?
Come on now. Clearly he was lying.
Okay, when you look at this statement, it said they began searching for Kanika at approximately 3:30. They stated she was walking around, such and such was walking around. We know a lot of that is a lie, but I'm gonna skip on down. It said they called Kanika's mother at approximately 4 o'clock, which we know was after 4:30 or whatever the case may be, to see if Kanika was home. Okay, so according to this person right here, they began searching for Kanika around 3:30. All right, they began looking for her around 3:30.
So
according to this person right here, he stated that they came in approximately 2 and 3 times. He said, talking about Monifa and Shamaya, they came in approximately 2 or 3 times. He stated the last time they came in was between 3:30 and 4:30. So again, around 3:30, they coming in looking for Kanika. But this person actually said around 3:30, they had already looked for her twice, came in looking for her twice around 3:30. Okay, this person even said that hotel security came to the room and helped him with the situation between 3:30 and 4:30. But we had two statements that said around 3:30 is when they began looking for Kanika, or was during the time when they was looking for Kanika. So if Kaki is in the room with these people, if Kaki is in the same room with them, how is it that he don't know that they looking for Kanika? Which I believe it was a lie altogether, but I'm just pointing it out to those who believe that Kaki was in the same room. If you believe that Kaki was in the same room with them, then Kaki should have known that Kanika was missing at 4:00, right? This is only for those that do not believe that Kaki and his crew was in a separate room. If you believe that Kaki and his crew was in the same room, in room 926 all that time, then how in the hell did Kaki not know before he left that Kanika was missing? How could anybody leave knowing that a girl is missing and had been missing for the last 20, 30 minutes? Because according to them, the last time they seen it was 3:00. So for you guys who don't believe what I'm saying, Kaki have to be lying. He's a damn lie. Or he wasn't in that room at all, like I said. And so as far as them knocking at the door and what times they was looking for Kanika, he wouldn't have known because he wasn't in the room. All right. All right. The end of that. Point out those last statements to you guys. So you guys can that I want to show y'all what I'm working on right now, because it really is just some notes that I'm taking.
I do not like this picture, so I'm definitely gonna fast forward it or end it, because that was a filter, and I remember people saying, "Oh, she trying to be lighter than what she is." Hell to the no! Like back then, people used to use filters for every damn picture. Like I think filters was just popping. Just I mean, I'm a cute girl, so I don't care what the hell Michael played. What is they call it? The butterflies over our head. You know, those was just like at that time really popping, but that shit's so old now. But anyway,
the jacket
and I also want to say this, you know, for those that was so stuck on the fact that this had nothing to do with them, the same people that said this had nothing to do with the friends could not explain why them jackets didn't match. They couldn't explain it. If you say to them, okay, well, if they had nothing to do with it, then why the hell they had somebody that was dressed like her there? They couldn't answer that. They never could answer that. And like I said to y'all yesterday, I never singled out one group. I always felt like everybody's involved, but I just feel like it's kind of like a pyramid, a chain of command. You know, you got the lower bottom level people, which are the street hustlers, the gang bangers, all this stuff. And I feel like you got the Masons, then you got the more people in power who have more money, who might be in a cult too, who might be not just Masons, but Skull and Bones and all these other type of different organizations. Then these people in power are connected to other people in power, which could be people that work on the police force or people that work for the media. Then those people in power are also connected to other people in power who might be the FBI, who decide, okay, well, we got a call from a person that worked for Rosemont PD who we cool with, so we gonna back up out of it, let them handle it. So I always felt like it was like more of a pyramid and everybody played a part. And maybe not her death, but the death and cover up of Kanika Jenkins. And I'm still gonna stand by that. And I never really went with a YouTuber who just wanted to single out one group, especially a YouTuber who said that the hotel was fully responsible for this girl's death. If you say that the hotel was fully responsible for this girl's death, then please explain this picture right here. Please explain why people around her was moving funny. Please explain why she was irritated. Please explain why she was ready to go at 1:30 when she just got there at 1:15. They couldn't explain that stuff. So to me, it's like you covering up for them, clearly. But I just didn't want to go back and forth with people and all that stuff, especially if majority of the J4K community had itchy ears and they only wanted to believe whatever felt good within them. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna let them do whatever they do, and I'm gonna go ahead and sit this down and go my own separate way, which is why I decided to do what I did. However, nobody could explain why they was moving funny and why certain things was being done within that particular group of people that she was with. Nobody could explain that. But all they wanted to do was just kind of blame one particular group. I was the person that said it wasn't one particular group. They all got something to do. I want to see all of them go down. Because I don't know how because I do feel like she was all over I do feel like she was set up. I do feel like she was all over the place, which is what Rosemont said in the very beginning. If y'all follow her case from the very beginning, Rosemont said that it took some time for them to investigate because Kanika was all over the place. And also the fact that we did know that they rented another room, but they did not give us no footage of the DoubleTree whatsoever. That was suspect as hell to me. Why not? At least just drop it on the link and just let us, view the footage. Even if ain't nothing going on. Let us view it because that's a part of her case too. Because the same person that rented the room at the Crown Plaza rented the room at the DoubleTree. That's a part of the case too. I can understand why they wouldn't want to get the Marriott involved because that room was rented out on the 3rd, 369. However, even though that room was rented on the 3rd, the DoubleTree was rented by the same person on the same day. So please tell me why we didn't have no type of footage of the DoubleTree whatsoever for us to just even view. That stood out to me. So me, myself, personally, I wanted to see everybody go down for this. The people that did it, the people that covered it up. Oh, this is what I was about to say. So I know that I felt like that they had her because this is a ritual in my mind. I feel like this was a ritual. And I showed y'all in the last video. If y'all didn't watch it, go back to my last video. I showed y'all this was the ritual. In the last one I did yesterday, I showed y'all that this was a ritual. And I also showed y'all how so many people ranked up. People ranked up after this ritual was done. How can I say this? We would never know how she ended up in the freezer. So I couldn't say how she got in that freezer. My last video, I alluded that it was possible that security might have found her on the elevator. And because it was a statement, if y'all can remember, that was made about somebody seeing her on the elevator, either looking like she was dead or intoxicated. Go back and watch the last video I did yesterday if you don't remember that. And he might have put her in the freezer. And that could be the reason why that camera came down, because if that camera was still up and it caught one of their own putting her body in a freezer, because maybe the hotel did feel like they could profit. Maybe the hotel did. And I always felt like that. If y'all want to hear me go against them, attack them, yes, I always felt like maybe they felt like they could profit off this girl's body. Instead of just exposing what happened, allowing a whole company to fall, and especially being the fact that the Caddyshack restaurant was about to open during this time, so they preparing for a whole grand opening that they spent a lot of time. I wanted to say years, but I don't know that for a fact. But they spent a lot of time in construction, getting this construction together, getting this hotel together. We're not about to let this news come out. Why would we let this news come out? So maybe, maybe somebody from that hotel did put her in the freezer, and that's the whole reason why all of a sudden there's no camera that shows her walking into the freezer. I've always felt like everybody should be accountable, starting from the people she was with, the hotel, Rosemont PD, because like I said, when I see these groups, I see a pyramid. Is anybody following me? I see a whole pyramid, starting from the friends to the hotel to the even Rosemont PD, media, all of that. Okay, I'm gonna read a couple of these comments and then I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to get up out of here because that was the end of that presentation. And I think that what we was doing was looking at everybody time that everybody came in, piecing it together and figuring out what happened to her, looking at these statements and seeing that nobody's statements was really lining up. Everybody was giving us an approximately. Well, I seen her, it was approximately 2:00. I got a phone call. It was approximately 2:30. She left at approximately 3:00. I didn't show up to approximately 3:30. I mean, are you serious? And I know ain't nobody gonna have a definite time, but everybody saying approximately, like nobody looked at their phone and said, well, damn, Kanika been gone for 15 minutes now. Nobody looked at their phone and said, where's she at? Oh, I don't know. I don't see her no more. Well, damn, it's 2:30. It's 2:45. What do you mean you don't know where she at? Everybody had approximately. And then you had some people saying, oh, she had 1 cup. You had other people saying she had plenty of cups. You had another person saying she wasn't even drinking. Like, what the hell? Nobody's stories was adding up, but y'all want to believe that they wasn't involved? Huh? I couldn't get it. But anyway, I'm gonna read some of y'all comments, then I'm gonna get ready to end this live. So I can go ahead and let you guys go. And again, I'm not gonna come on tomorrow, but I do want to wish Kanika a happy heavenly birthday. And baby girl, I'm still praying that you get your justice that you deserve here on earth, and we and the whole world get to see it. And I think a lot of people that was involved in your death and disappearance and death, I don't believe that they here today. I think a lot of them have been passed on and probably awaiting their judgment. However, we still praying that you get your justice and we won't stop. Okay. Let me read a couple of these comments, then I'm about to go. Okay, so you said just like the story at the Sacramento Crown Plaza that happened the same day. So just like that story. And we heard about the other story about the Crown Plaza of Sacramento while we was actually doing this, while I was doing this Kanika Jenkins thing. And I felt like that wasn't just a coincidence. Like, I'm like, why choose the Crown Plaza? Like, what's going on? Like, why is it that they decided to do their dirt? Because I kind of felt like if it was all about just attacking her or killing her, I mean, come on now. Everybody that knows Chicago know that Chicago is a war zone. If they want to kill somebody, they'll kill somebody in Chicago. It's a war zone. Why take somebody 45 minutes out the city into the suburbs really to do something to them? So I don't think it was just a direct attack to actually kill somebody. I think it was more of a cultic of a ritual, and to be able to pull this ritual off without getting caught. Okay. And the way they pulled this ritual off, it confused the hell out of people. It confused anybody that watched this or was involved in this case and paying attention. They did exactly what they set out to do, in my opinion. The hotel chain has numerous deaths, suicide, missing people connected to it around the world. And I think you also mentioned, I don't know if it was you or somebody else that also mentioned the fact that they had murder mystery nights. But you don't really hear that from a hotel having murder mystery games going on at the hotel. And I worked at hotels, so I know what I'm talking about. We never had it at the hotels that I worked at as a teenager. I've never heard of murder mystery games or any type of thing anything along them lines. I ain't never heard of a hotel throwing a spades game party, let alone a damn murder mystery party. So yeah, like that was so odd to me. You definitely know that this hotel is definitely wicked. That's why I think if they did know something was going on, they wasn't gonna say nothing because they probably felt like that they could profit off of whatever happened. They could profit off even if they saw her body, they felt like instead of doing what was right, call the EMS right away, trying to get her some help right away. I feel like I actually believe that they the ones put her in the freezer. I don't know if I ever said this. I know I said it in my last live, but I'm talking about back in the day. I actually believe that they was the ones that put her in there because if they had on camera one of them party people putting her in there, then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I just really feel like it was probably security or one of the people that actually put her in there. But I think that she was, I was one of the people that think that she was dead before she got in the freezer. A lot of people think that she died in the freezer. Let me just clear this up. I feel like she was placed in that freezer. I feel like she was dead and somebody placed her in that freezer. I feel like they could have dumped her body back off at the Crown Plaza. She could have been put inside of a laundry cart or trash bag or whatever the stuff that we was looking at on camera and taken to the freezer. Or, but I just personally don't believe she died inside that freezer. I never felt that. I've always felt like her limp body. And it's certain words I'm not supposed to say on YouTube, but I've already probably said them words a couple times. But I felt like she was already unalived before being placed in that freezer. I just always felt that way. And it seemed like it's something that they have done before. I know people had looked up the fact that they was involved with organ harvesting and stuff, and that really that don't shock me. I believe that's definitely possible. And it was definitely possible that they felt like, okay, all of this stuff happened and we can profit off of this body right here, which is the reason why they didn't act fast enough, knowing that they got cameras, knowing that they see what's going on, knowing that they see, okay, if they got cameras and they watching what's going on in their hotels, a lot of them cameras, some cameras was working, some cameras was not. But if they actually see a drunk girl stumbling throughout the hotel, walking throughout the hotel, if they actually see these shadows of people following her, knowing there's people following her, they could have interceded real quick and was like, well, what the hell are y'all doing? Everybody out the hotel. Y'all smoking weed, y'all drinking, the music loud, y'all loud, out. We kicking all of y'all out. But because they didn't do that, that really makes me feel like that they were conspiring with these people, or they did feel like whatever these people did, that they could profit off of it. Let us not leave out Pimps, Players, Bars was in September. Yes, 2017. Yep, I forgot about that. Yep. And you know what? I see so much stuff happen around September. If y'all can actually go, do your own research and see, it's certain seasons and certain times where sacrifices take place, where a lot of rituals and stuff take place because of they conjuring up energy, they conjuring up demonic energy. And for whatever reason, it always happens during the fall. And I think it's some kind of fall human sacrifice. I think they call it soul stick or something. I forget. I used to read up on this stuff, but I didn't forget so much about it. It's been a while. West Loop, Chicago, Crown Plaza is by. And that's another thing. They didn't go to the one in Chicago. They went 45 minutes away. Why? So anyway, I'm going to get ready to end this live, y'all. It was so good talking to y'all and doing this blast from the past. I won't be able to come on tomorrow because I am going out of town. However, I do want to wish baby girl a happy heavenly birthday. I just feel like I'm not going to say, well, I feel like I'm going to take accountability for myself. I kind of feel like I dropped the ball by not really being in my feelings and not really standing 10 toes down and standing in this thing and seeing it out to the end, because I really do feel like at a certain part that God was using me, everybody connected to me, this platform, a few other platforms, even platforms that wasn't even because it ain't even about the numbers. I believe it was some platforms that didn't even have big numbers like that, and God was still using them and exposing stuff through them. And I just really wish that I hadn't been really in my feelings like that. And I was, you know, and I would have been like trying to link up with other people who was like really spot on, and we just really cracked this thing wide open, you know. But baby girl, we still praying for justice for you. And I don't want nobody coming on my channel like y'all still talking about. I sure am. It's been some time. I don't talk about this case every day, but whenever my heart and my spirit lead me to, you best believe I will. You best believe I will. Anybody else want to add anything before I end this live? Mildred, I'm so happy that you be joining us, Mildred. But one thing I can say, I probably should have did this video first, versus the one I did yesterday. But one thing I can say that I was still, you know, still believing, still in both videos, I was still strong about, still adamant about the fact that at a certain time she disappeared and she was with another group of people, either at a room 609 or at a whole different hotel, or both. Or both. She could have been at room 609. They could have, you know, they could have kicked out of that room. She started walking, and, you know, because we got a whole hour where they want us to believe that she just roaming. And nobody, not one hotel guest, okay, not one of the people that she was with, not one of the people that attended the party, seen her or knew what happened or knew why she left. And then here it is, you got friends lying. You got Cocky saying that, hey, we left around 4 o'clock and we had no idea. We didn't find out till the next day. How is that so? That would have mean she was gone for almost 2 hours, over 2 hours. And y'all didn't even know, or almost 2 hours, and y'all didn't even know. How is that even possible? Especially if her friends or people that with her was like, especially if Shania and Monifa came back like, hey, Kanika was just by the elevator. We don't see her. What happened to her? She gone. Well, how did it be after 4:30 when you left and you ain't even know the girl was missing? Come on now. If any YouTubers still doing Kanika Jenkins' case on the daily, y'all got to look into that. Y'all got to consider that. Y'all got to consider the lies from all of these statements and the fact that none of these statements can be held up against in a court of law. None of these statements was actually notarized and signed by nobody. This was like statements to me, I believe, because remember I said, y'all, I hold everybody accountable. Now, this is what I think about Rosemont PD. I believe that they was paid off. And if anybody don't believe it, fine. But I know so many different police forces that oh my God, what am I trying to say? That take payoffs, that receive bribes and take payoffs and stuff like that. I really do, and I'm getting tired. That's the reason why I'm losing my train of thought, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. I'm really drained. I really do believe that Rosemont PD altered a lot of these statements, or how can I say it? Like they redacted or they covered up what needed to be covered up, you know, as far as certain names and certain situations. And I even believe they made it to where everything sounded like a testimony from the people that actually was there, but not incriminating them, but at the same time confusing us. To me, only a professional could do this. Like, so I definitely believe that it was somebody or somebody's working for Rosemont PD that helped to cover this stuff up. And we don't even know if the person that performed the autopsy was paid off, baby. I done seen payoffs from payoffs to payoffs to payoffs. Money talk, BS walk. Okay, if you ain't in a situation where you got that type of money or know people that got the type of money, then you ain't never seen that type of power before. Okay, because money is power, baby. And you can almost pay anybody off if you got that money. And they ain't got a soul, you can, come on now. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Thank you, Mildred. So I do other videos. I'm going to be doing other videos and stuff like that on the channel. I don't know if y'all want to hear me speak on other videos, but I'm definitely going to be doing some more content. Y'all join me again. If y'all haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so y'all will not miss me go live. I will be on a little bit more frequently than before. And that's that. We're not gonna strictly just do Kanika videos. If I don't have anything to talk about when it comes to this, I'm not gonna just talk for the sake of talking, for the sake of y'all just hearing my voice, or for the sake of me getting a check. I'm not gonna do it. You know, it's so many other things going on in the world around us that might need our attention. You know, that don't mean we stop praying for Kanika. We keep praying for justice. We keep attending the rallies. We keep, asking God to expose whatever we want to be exposed. But at the same time, we don't ignore all the other stuff that's going around us too. So I will still be doing videos and stuff. So y'all hang in, tune in with me. I love you guys. I'm getting ready to go. You guys have a beautiful weekend and a blessed Memorial Day. Please, everybody, be safe. Okay. And I will see y'all after the holiday. I'll be back on. All right. Peace, everybody. I'm out.